Warning: Copyright disclaimer. Under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976, allowance is made for fair use, for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringing. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use.
I would include Puerto Ricans and other minorities throughout our country, which have been similarly discriminated against, though not for so long a period of time as Negroes.
Puerto Ricans weren't enslaved. Yeah, this is a problem that stems from slavery. And this compensation, yes, sir, this compensation is coming to people who were enslaved by the white man for 400 years. The Puerto Ricans don't even fit into this picture.
Well, they do fit into it.
No,
they do fit into it.
The problem is the Negro problem. They're not lynching Puerto Ricans.
If a dark-skinned Puerto Rican went down to Mississippi, he probably would be lynched too.
Spanish, he wouldn't be lynched.
No, they don't.
It's the Negro here, and as long as he can speak Spanish or some other language, or if he ties his head up with a turban or something, he can go anywhere in Mississippi or in your home that he desires.
You're not aware of the fact, are you, that African students have been arrested in our demonstrations in the South?
When they
speak French.
When they have been mistaken for the so-called Negro in America, they've been arrested.
What?
What it do, family and friends? Welcome back to the Church of Black Power. If you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure you're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click the link in the description, go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations, as well as clicking the link in the description and joining the Telegram group to help circumvent all of the shadow banning that PukeTube has been doing to the new black media. With that being said, family, today we got a few things to talk about. First and foremost, before we get to the salutes and everything else, I want to go here. Sean Grayson, the former sheriff who unalived our sister Sonia Massey, has been sentenced, and I want to go here.
Former Illinois sheriff's deputy has received the maximum sentence for the fatal shooting of Sonia Massey, who was killed in her own kitchen after calling 911 for help. You may recall seeing this body camera video from July 2024. Former Deputy Sean Grayson said he thought Massey was going to throw a pot of boiling water at him before he fired his gun. Well, today, a judge sentenced Grayson to 20 years in prison and 2 years of supervised probation after he was convicted last October of second-degree murder. Massey's killing led to calls for justice and sparked nationwide protests over law enforcement-involved shootings. Let's bring in NBC News correspondent Shaquille Brewster. Shaq, it was a real emotional day inside and outside the court, I know, where we heard from both Grayson and Massey's family. Can you walk us through the sentencing and what they all said?
Yeah, Kate, definitely an emotional day inside that courtroom. And as you mentioned, the judge handing down that maximum sentence to Sean Grayson, 20 years behind bars, also that 2 years probation afterwards for the murder of Sonia Massey. It was a moment that was met with an outburst in the courtroom, some people pumping their fist. And it came after we heard from Grayson for the first time admit some wrongdoing in her shooting. He told the courtroom, and we have a full screen for you, but he said to the judge that, quote, "I was very unprofessional that night, said, I'm sorry. I wish there was something I could do to bring her back," ending with, "I'm very sorry." The family of Sonia Massey saying they were skeptical of those statements afterwards, but here was their tone right after that hearing.
I'm grateful that we got the maximum sentence that we could. 20 years is not enough, but they did what they thought, they did what they could do.
I don't care about who's running this country right now, but I'm gonna let you know that as her dad, I want him prosecuted federally too.
Now, Grayson's attorneys appealed to the judge for a probation sentence. Obviously, the judge rejected that argument, but there will be another motion, another hearing to reconsider that sentence. A defense attorney also pointing to Grayson's health, saying that he's suffering from stage 4 colon and rectal cancer as the reason why they wanted to see a lighter sentence. Obviously, the judge not agreeing with that argument.
Yeah. All right, Shaq Brewster for us. Shaq, thanks.
We thank you.
And family, I am 100% glad the judge didn't go for that nonsense. It's funny when it's time to pass down punishment to these type of people, how quickly all of a sudden these folks get health issues, whether it being cancer or whatever the situation may have you. You'll be dealing with that behind the bars, sir. As you should. You know, I'm glad that the family did not fall for the whole I'm sorry situation. I'm glad that the family basically said exactly what I was thinking. 20 years is not enough, especially when a life has been taken. And I'm glad that the family wasn't trying to be on that forgive just because they wanted a check from the state or they wanted to make it seem as if they're not horrible people. No, damn all that. I'm glad that that young lady said what she said. 20 years is not enough. So, Sean, enjoy that 20 years behind bars. I hope you see every day. I don't want you to pass away in custody. I don't want you to, succumb to your cancer. I want you to live with that cancer for 20 years while you live out that sentence. And then if it kicks in after which, hey, who am I to say any other? We have another update, family. Apparently, let me pull this down. Your boy Donnie Lemonade was arrested. Let's go here, family. He was taken into custody for that situation at the church that he participated in. Let's go here, family.
Former CNN anchor Don Lemon has been arrested over an anti-ICE protest that took place in a Minnesota church during Sunday services last week. According to a statement attributed to Lemon's attorney, Don Lemon was taken into custody by federal agents last night in Los Angeles, where he was covering the Grammy Awards. The statement continued, Don has been a journalist for 30 years, and his constitutionally protected work in Minneapolis was no different than what he has always done. The First Amendment exists to protect journalists whose role is to shine a light on the truth and hold those in power accountable. There's no more important time for people like Don to be doing this work. The statement concluded by saying, instead of investigating the federal agents who killed 2 peaceful Minnesota protesters, the Trump Justice Department is devoting its time, attention, and resources to this arrest. And that is the real indictment of wrongdoing in this case. This unprecedented attack on the First Amendment and transparent attempt to distract attention from the many crises facing this administration will not stand. Don will fight these charges vigorously and thoroughly in court. Attorney General Pam Bondi shared this post on X Friday morning, where she said that at her direction, Lemon was among those arrested by federal agents in connection with, quote, the coordinated attack on City's Church in St. Paul, Minnesota. Georgia Fort, one of the other individuals arrested, is also an independent journalist who posted a Facebook live stream of the protest. Lemon was on a live stream that began outside the church in St. Paul, but followed protesters who were alleging that a church official also worked at a local ICE office as they went inside.
We're not part of the activists, but we're here just reporting on them.
Lemon proceeded to interview protesters, congregants, and a pastor during the protest.
Our church had gathered for worship, which we do every Sunday. We asked them to leave, and they obviously have not left.
The blowback to the protest was swift, as there are laws, most notably the FACE Act, that make it a crime to obstruct someone from practicing their religion. But America also has robust First Amendment protections, making this case a potential landmark one as the right to freedom of religion and the right to freedom of the press collide. For much more on this story and all the latest updates, go to thr.com. This is the Hollywood Reporter News.
Donnie boy, the cell is calling, Donnie boy. Family, like I said, when you put your nose and stick your nose in things that you shouldn't be sticking your nose in, don't be surprised when it comes back brown on the end. Yeah, I'm not too surprised. Like I said, this is a era, this is a regime, let me just put it like that. This is a regime that's moving like gangsters. And Donnie should have known putting himself on the line was going to put him on the line, you know? I ain't got nothing to say to you, Donnie. Good luck to you. Let's see what happens. Now, family, before we get into the content of the day, let me go ahead and pull this down and give a B1 salute to the family in the building. Let me scroll on up here. Let me give a B1 salute and shalom to our good brother Reparations Nation in the building. Much love to you. As well as our sister Aquarius Minded. Much love to you. Our sister Andrea Jones is in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Our brother Eddie Foster is in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Black RU is in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, family. Our sister Stacy is in the building. Shalom and thank you for being here, my sister Queen. Our brother DSA1 is in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Our brother Zavon Scott is in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. You is in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Shalom, family. Thank you. Sweet Jean in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Our sister Angelic is in the building. Much love to you, my sister Queen. Thank you for being here. Our brother AO is in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. And I think I saw in the chat it's your birthday. Happy birthday, my good brother. Much love to you. And I hope you have many, many more. The Ruby Runner is in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, as well as our brother Noah Randall in the building. Thank you for being here. Rahaya in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, family. Maya Dress in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, as well as JJ. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Our good brother John Son is in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Make sure we got everybody. M Flower Noy in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, family. Much love to you, my good sister. Want to make sure we got everybody. Rashima Rice in the building. Much love to you, my sister. Thank you for being here, as well as our sister Patricia A. Jones in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Our good brother Cool Keezy is in the building. Salute to you, my good brother, and thank you for being here. Rael is in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. And for all those who are not in the chat, much love to you. Thank you for being here. And everybody who's going to catch this on the replay, much love to you. And thank you for being here. Let me also give a B1 salute to our good brother Black Truth United. As always, much love to you. And thank you for being here, my good brother. As well as Christian Wright, much love to you. And thank you for being here. Now, family, over the past week or so, we've been seeing a lot of the light brights come out with, nonsense plus more. Much love to our good sister Hurricane Nisi in the building. Much love to you. No worries, my sister Queen. We've been seeing a lot of these light brights come out and try to take stake or take claim to our historical groups and things like that, just to get some sort of clout on themselves, as well as, people who we've pushed to the side and say we're not rocking with, namely Deontay Kyle. And, when the whole Mona Leo situation took place there. And he had to come out and say some things. That dude, he reminds me of Bert from Sesame Street. From Bert and Ernie. That's who Deontay Kyle reminds me of. Just a straight up Bert character. Banana looking fool. But anyway, he came out, he had some things to say. But we're going to start out with the Paul Birdsong guy, who claims to be, or claimed to be, the leader of the Black Panthers. Well, the very same quote unquote Black Panthers that the man claimed to have rocked with has now came out and made it very clear that, we don't want you using the name. As a matter of fact, we don't want nobody using the name. To be honest with you, it is questionable whether he was even given permission to use the damn name. But ever since the backlash when he first came out with all the oppish behavior and talking points, and everybody caught on to the oppish behavior and talking points, and everybody called him out on it. You know, everybody called out the fact that he ain't a pastor. Everybody called out the fact that he's not really a blood and never have been, to be honest with you. Because here's the thing. He was claiming Compton Pyru. And not only were a bunch of reputables coming out saying that he was not Compton Pyru, don't nobody know which gang specifically that he belonged to in Compton, or he claimed that he belonged to. Now, my godbrother, rest in peace, he was from Campanella Park, Pyru. They don't know him. I called some folks over in the Treetop area. They didn't know him. I called some folks from Elm Street. They didn't know him. Cedar Block, they didn't know him. I called my cousin from Fruit Town to see if he had any type of holdings over there. They didn't know him. So, family, don't nobody really know this dude. Didn't nobody give this dude permission to go out anywhere and start another Pyru set. So while he was all on national television talking about the Pyrus who clicked up with the Vice Lords, the GDs, or whatever, all of that was a farce. He's like somebody who got put off the set and went somewhere else and started a gang. But he's never really got put on a set to really go anywhere and start a new set. So all that information started coming out, and he got called out, not just for that, but by the Panthers. Of course, we know Huey P. Newton's niece came out, and other Panther members came out and was adamantly against it. So then the guy wanted to come around and said, hey, you know, we're going to do a town hall where you could come and ask the reputables questions. And apparently that town hall will never happen. And if it does, it won't have those reputables there. But I'll let Paul tell you guys in his own words exactly what happened and how I can't stand that they did. But hold on, give me 1 second, family. I can't believe it. Like I said, StreamYard is really going downhill with this nonsense. Give me 1 second, family. Okay, let's go here.
All power to the people. As everyone knows, I'm Paul Birdsong. I got a message from Aaron Dixon today saying that he no longer supports us. That after he gave me orders to make a video saying that him and other members were coming, that he withdrew his support. And that he said that this situation is unimportant to him, even though my comrades have risked their lives and spent thousands of hours of their time and dollars in life standing behind a cause. You know, he said he's going to make a statement saying no one has the right to call himself a Black Panther going forward. I told him to make sure that he put in that statement that he did in fact give us the right to call ourselves that, because I still have the messages where he did, just in case he doesn't. And I put in there also, make sure that you put in there that Emory Douglas did give us the right to wear that emblem, because I still have the messages where that happened too. But as it stands, because of that, because of me and my comrades risking our lives and all the heat that we went under, because of the counter-revolutionary practices, because we don't believe in Black nationalism, like Bobby Seale said in the video that I shared on my page earlier, the Black nationalism is acquiesced to racism, and that we don't stand like that. They were internationalists and intercommunalists, just like Huey Newton said. We would no longer identify with this flag. We will no longer identify ourselves as the Black Panther Party for self-defense. We're going to take OG from the town's advice. We're going to take the name that he decided to put out there. We're going to call ourselves the Black Lion Party for International Solidarity. Reason for the international solidarity is because we will stand with the immigrants. We will stand with the people being terrorized for ICE. We will stand with any oppressed people across the world. We will keep feeding every single day, keep offering food every single day. We will keep patrolling the community with guns. We will keep stopping drug dealers, keep stopping sex traffickers. We will keep stopping police brutality. This little plaque that I got, it says Paul Birdsong, and there's a panther that says since 2020. I don't regret the work that I've done because it's brought me to this point. But going forward, these Panther patches will no longer be on my uniform. Me and my comrades stand independent. We're willing to work with any organization that stands for the rights of every living person, any organization that stands against imperialism, attacking immigrants. Now, if you're out here raping people and killing people and selling drugs and different stuff like that, yeah, deport them. But those people out there that are just working hard, trying to provide for their families, trying to escape the guerrilla warfare and the cartel warfare that's happening in their countries to come for that promise of the American dream that the United States of America Incorporated lies about, we feel that they should be bothered, and we're willing to stand beside them to ensure that they're not. All power to the people. All power to the people. Oh, January 31st, you can still come out. You know, we're willing to sit down and talk about solidarity, sit down and talk about unification, sit down and talk about continuing to work, because ain't nothing stopping this way. All power to the people. All power to the people.
Oh, family. I don't know why StreamYard muted me, but I guess it was maybe it was the bitter bitch comment. I was saying that, you know, many of you called this out in the chat. He sounds like a bitter bitch. He sounds like somebody who was jaded by their favorite lover. Oh, you know, well, you know, we decided to call ourselves the Black Lion Party. Yeah, lion is what you do best. So, you know, that fits you better. You know, I understand why you would choose such a name. But maybe take the black out of it. Maybe you should be the Tapatio Lion Party. Maybe you should be the Goya Powder Party. Maybe you should steer straight away from the black. Let's just be honest. All that's questionable. But let's pull this back and go over it piece by piece. Much love to M. Hampton in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, as well as our good brother RBJ in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, as well as Willie Gross in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, as well as Honey Brown Sugar in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. The beige lion party. Hey, I'm just saying the black needs to be removed. That's all I'm saying. You know, he got closer to telling the truth when he put the lying in there. Because if the only thing we do know is this man is a liar. So lying fits him well. We just need to change that black part out of the lion. And, you know, just move the black. Go with beige. Hell, go with rainbow lion. Since you want to be for all people, right? Let's go.
All power to the people. As everyone knows, I'm Paul Birdsong. I got a message from Aaron Dixon today saying that he no longer supports us. That after he gave me orders to make a video saying that him and other members were coming, that he withdrew his support. And that he said that this situation is unimportant to him.
As it should be. There should be no matter of importance when it comes to this situation because it doesn't affect the black community. And the Black Panther Party was a party for the black community. No matter what you say, it is not an international group. They didn't operate internationally. They operated domestically. Now, while some people may have stood against other people's oppression, that's understandable. That's standing in solidarity. However, that is not operating in those areas. In the very same way, we're against oppression all over the world. Doesn't mean we got to put our necks on the line for everybody who's being oppressed, especially when they get over here and start doing the oppression. Start doing the oppressing. But the whole point of the Black Panther Party was to protect the Black community from police brutality, police violence, and sanctioned violence. But continue.
Even though my comrades have risked their lives and spent thousands of hours of their time and dollars in life standing behind a cause.
Spent thousands of dollars and hours. Negro, we just met you niggas, I don't know, a month and a half ago. I want to know how any of that equate to thousands of hours. You got a Hispanic man standing across from you, standing behind you, excuse me, right over your left shoulder. And that has nothing to do, that's neither here nor there with what I was saying, but I just noticed that. But this man says thousands of hours, and we just met you. And from all the research that we've done on you, this isn't the first organization that you was a part of within the last 5 years. So how are you putting thousands of hours and thousands of dollars behind a cause when y'all just popped up for this cause recently? But go ahead, continue. Burrito all on his back. All on his back. Burrito on his back is like mayo on the elbow. Let's go.
You know, he said he's going to make a statement saying no one has the right to call himself a Black Panther going forward. I told him to make sure that he put in that statement that he did, in fact, give us the right to call ourselves that, because I still have the messages where he did, just in case he did.
Okay, why didn't you show the messages? I mean, if you're sitting there saying, hey, he gave us the permission, I have the messages, why didn't you just show the messages? It's very simple to just edit the messages on the screen while you were talking right here. Miss Niece said this is a punk video by Paul Birdbrain. Hey, I'm with you, Miss Niece. I'm with you. Exactly, trying to talk tough, sounding sad, like a little sad little bitch, but he's trying to keep that tough persona, ain't he? Let's continue.
And I put in there also, make sure that you put in there that Emory Douglas did give us the right to wear that emblem, because I still have the messages where that happened too. But as it stands, because of that, because of me and my comrades risking our lives and all the heat that we went under, because of the counter-revolutionary practices, because we don't believe in Black nationalism, like Bobby Seale said in the video that I shared on my page earlier, that Black nationalism is acquiesce to racism. And
how, Sway? How is Black nationalism acquiesce to racism? Racism is a power structure. Black nationalism is not. Standing for Black people in America is not a power structure. And you're not able to hold prejudice plus power, which equals racism. Anybody can be prejudiced. Anybody can be prejudiced. But if there's no power to attach to that prejudice, then it's not racism. But Go ahead, continue. We give a B1 salute to our sister Renaissance woman in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here. Let's continue.
We don't stand like that. They were internationalists and intercommunalists, just like Huey Newton said. We will no longer identify with this flag. We will no longer identify ourselves as the Black Panther Party for self-defense. We're going to take OG from the town's advice. We're going to take the name that he decided to put out there. We're going to call ourselves the Black Lion Party for International Solidarity.
And that's your right. You want international solidarity? Go ahead, take yourself on out of there. Take yourself outside of America and go fight for international solidarity. Don't try to act like it's our plight as Black people here in America, because it's not. It isn't. But since you want that solidarity, go outside the country and see if you can pull that solidarity together. Go on your Dr. Umar shit and see what happens. Just take that far, far, far away from us. Mr. International for Solidarity. You got to be overseas to be international. You got to travel internationally in order to be a party of international solidarity. So get on your job, Mr. Paul Birdsong. But continue.
Reason for the international solidarity is because we will stand with the immigrants. We will stand with the people being terrorized for ICE. We will stand with any oppressed people across the world. We will keep feeding every single day, keep offering food every single day. We will keep patrolling the community with guns. We will keep stopping drug dealers, keep stopping sex traffickers. We will keep stopping police brutality. This little plaque that I got, it says Paul Birdsong, and there's a panther that says since 2020. I don't regret the work that I've done because it's brought me to this point. But going forward,
what work? Can anybody show me any tangible good that this man has done in the community? Because in all of the background checks that we've conducted, we ain't found it. We ain't found nothing that this man has done in or around the community that benefits us. If anything, we found quite opposite. We found that this man has been opping his way through our community. That's why he got kicked the hell out of California. Let's continue.
Panther patches will no longer be on my uniform. Me and my comrades stand independent. We're willing to work with any organization that stands for the rights of every
family. Look at the hairline. This dude is standing around a bunch of damn tethers, acting as it. I don't know where he pulled these guys. He could have pulled these guys off the damn street for all I know. To be 100 with you. Oh yeah, RBJ, the paperwork is hella dirty. The paperwork is hella dirty.
living person, any organization that stands against imperialism, attacking immigrants. Now, if you're out here raping people and killing people and selling drugs and different stuff like that, yeah, deport them. But those people out there that are just working hard, trying to provide for their families, trying to escape the guerrilla warfare and the cartel warfare that's happening in their countries to come for that promise of the American dream that the United States of America Incorporated lies about, we feel that they shouldn't be bothered, and we're willing to stand beside them to ensure that they're not.
So I'm going to participate in the criminality after the fact. That's a crime, you know. You're going to help harbor a fugitive. That's a crime. You're an accessory to the crime that they are committing. Quite interesting. A B1 salute to Foundation of Black in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, as well as our good brother Legit Hustle in the building. Shalom to the both of you. Thank you both for being here. Let's continue.
All power to the people.
All power to the people.
Oh, January 31st, you can still come out. You know, we're willing to sit down and talk about solidarity, sit down and talk about unification, sit down and talk about continuing to work, because ain't nothing stopping this way.
Ain't nothing got started that way either. So, family, this guy, you know, I don't even know how to. Give me 1 second, family. I don't even know how anybody would believe in this man or give this man the benefit of the doubt. But apparently, you have some nincompoops who are quite literally willing to sell the soap. Make sure that we fall in line with a goddamn cosplayer. Let's go here.
Reactionary and controversial, but I don't really care about the legacy of the Black Panthers. And I'm about to be reactionary and controversial, but I don't really care about the legacy of the Black Panthers. And I'll explain. I'm about to be reactionary and controversial, but I don't really care about the legacy of the Black Panthers.
So you know where this is going already, family. He don't care about the legacy of the Black Panthers. I wonder why. But let's continue.
And I'll explain what I mean by that. It's not that the Panthers weren't important or anything. It's not that the Panthers, put blood, sweat, and tears to their actions. People did die. People are still incarcerated. People did flee on to exile. Some still in exile, right? But when we talk about the legacy of the Panthers, part of that legacy is COINTELPRO and some of them being fucking feds. See, I've been paying attention to this whole Paul Birdsong out of Philly.
Yeah, people like Paul Birdsong. And all the infiltrators like the Brown Berets and the White Panthers, all these folks that the Black Panthers opened their door to. You're right. Yeah, they were ops.
And, Aaron Dixon and other Black Panther elders and whatnot, who apparently were supportive at first, but then they're getting on him because they're accusing him of being performative and everything. And it's like, okay, yeah, there's some questionable things about him. Like, I am picking up some of the things he's putting down because it aligns with my beliefs, but I'm also, I side-eye things that I have a reason not to. And there's things to side-eye about him, I feel. But when it comes to the Panthers, right, and the legacy, and looking at the letter that Aaron Dixon recently penned and everything, part of your legacy is how you collapsed. Part of your legacy is how things ended. And quite honestly, when you look at the social media of people like an Elaine Brown, all it is filled with is reminiscing on the legacy of the Panthers. And it's not that, a person should be ashamed of that or anything. It's not me going like, who the hell does she think she is? Because quite honestly, in her early years, she did way more in her years than I did in mine. So it's not even fucking comparable. But in my opinion, right, we live in a what have you done lately society. I mean, not even society. That's just human nature. The world doesn't stop for anybody, as we always say. Like, the world continues to turn and turn and turn. And the issue I see is like when I'm just scrolling through things and like looking up press statements and everything else, and just finding out that almost everything between Elaine Brown or Aaron Dixon and whatnot seems to, for the most part, be about the past. Is that on the flip side, the inverse side, the other past is making sure that the rest of us know what they did lately was fucking yesterday. So when we talk about things like protecting the legacy of the Panthers and everything, I mean, I understand it. I get it. That's cool and everything, but all those people, they're still alive. They're in their 70s. And last time I checked, Donald Trump is also 79 years old and is the face right now of all this shit. That's all I got to say. I'm about to be reaction.
And the face of all what shit, sir? The face of removing people from the country that shouldn't be here to begin with, sir? You see, you guys are trying to make it seem like ICE in itself is oppression, and it is not. It is an organization tasked to do a job that is given by the government. When Obama was out here deporting everybody, we didn't have videos of people such as yourself talking about he's the face of this shit. You just didn't. Because there's somebody in office that you don't like doing the exact same thing that Obama was doing, not even on the largest scale, on a smaller scale, all of a sudden, the sky is falling and he's the face of this shit. Okay, whatever your beliefs is on this situation doesn't really affect me. However, when you try to reinvent our historical groups that fought for us to, and then try to make them fight for everybody else, no, we have all goddamn right to shut it down. As we should. I don't know why you people are trying to make it seem as if we're supposed to be okay with people cosplaying our revolutionaries in order to benefit other people. That is not self-preservation. And the self-preservation is the first law of nature. You think we're going to go against the laws of nature to preserve for other people who don't want to preserve for us? Yeah. I don't, yeah. Shout out to our brother Cool Keezy for this. He said, I knew instantly this guy was infected with the raccoon virus. The raccoon virus. That sounds like something that needs to be in a Resident Evil movie. That would probably be a great movie. You know what I mean? In a world where zombies has been eaten, been bitten by the raccoon virus. Let's go here, family.
Somebody tell Paul Birdsong I'm looking for him. I want to work with him. And if it ain't Angela Davis or Fred Hampton, fuck the Black Panther Party. They can eat a dick. Where the fuck was y'all with Breonna Taylor and George Floyd? Where the fuck y'all been? All I heard from this brother, Paul Birdsong, he said, if somebody touches me, I'm going to put a hole in him. Rightfully so. And then I see an entire organization denounce and alienate the same brother that spoke out and got out there in them streets influencing people to stand up for themselves. This whole organization then comes out and alienates this brother. And y'all turn around and allow this shit to happen. Why? You got punk motherfuckers getting on the internet, critiquing and criticizing this brother about any old everything. I heard somebody say, oh, well, he ain't black, he Latino. Shut the fuck up. You got punk motherfucking Black Panther Party members sitting up here talking about, oh, well, we ain't gonna get involved in illegal immigrant. Motherfucker, you ain't finna get involved when it's us. Where you been? You
Who is us? Who is us? We, sir, are different from you, sir. And we can tell by the rhetoric in which you speak. By their deeds you shall know them. And the fact that you're out here trying to cape for this dude shows us tremendously that y'all ideologies align. You are not us. This is just tether on tether palooza. Shout out to First Class Citizen in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here. As well as Troy and our good brother Masa Musa in the building. Much love to the both of you. Shalom to you, and thank you for being here as well. Family, let's let them continue.
See, this is how I know a lot of motherfuckers that we be propping up and putting up on a pedestal really be agents for real. Really is sellouts for real. Really is bought off and paid off for real. Because they're...
Oh, family. That one part right there.
Really is sellouts. Fuckers that we be propping up and putting up on a pedestal really be agents for real. Really is sellouts for real. Really is bought off and paid off for real. Because they're...
Family, you can tell this man listens to Deontay Kyle faithfully. If you guys remember when he had Mona Leo on his platform, and shout out to Phyllis Speaks as well in the building. Much love to you, as well as Black Rose. Much love to the both of you. Thank you for being here. When he had Mona Leo on his platform, he was basically singing that song that she put out. And I don't really know the words because I don't listen to Mona Leo. After that whole fiasco, that was it. I heard one song from this woman. I heard clips of other songs here and there, but I never really listened to them. But he was on that platform, on his platform with Mona Leo, talking about she's really that chick for real. She really that bitch for real. She really got skills for real. All that nonsense. That's exactly what this man just did right here. That's exactly what he just did. I'm gonna run it back.
Where you been? You see, this is how I know a lot of motherfuckers that we be propping up and putting up on a pedestal really be agents for real. Really is sellouts for real. Really is bought off and paid off for real. Because there was no reason to target Paul Birdsong. Y'all got on the internet.
It is amazing to me that this man is sitting here saying that our leaders or people that we propped up, the people that has fought for us, are really agents and sellouts bought and paid for, and then turn around and said there was no reason to go after Paul Birdsong. Damn the fact that his paperwork came back dirty. Damn the fact that this man popped up out of nowhere claiming to be a part of a group that historically stood for black people and then started trying to use that group to stand up for everybody outside of black people. Mexicans, white women, all this nonsense. Tried to galvanize us to fight for other people's causes. What the hell do you mean there was no reason to go after this dude? Like I said, a lot of these people are bought and paid for. And I wouldn't be surprised if this man was too. If not, like I said, he's just a Tether who believes in Paul Birdsong. But let's continue.
After this brother started getting some traction and went viral for saying he's going to defend himself, it wasn't 2 days or a few days later, you got an entire organization of Black Panthers say, oh, well, we don't know him. Motherfucker.
Because they don't know him. So these people who are reputable Panthers, people who actually got the attention of the streets, they're not supposed to come out and say, hey, we don't know that nigga when he's out there cosplaying them. That makes absolutely no sense. But continue. Shalom and salute to our sister Starte Jones in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here.
You should, because y'all ain't doing shit. And I know y'all out here in Texas. If it's a problem like that, you're welcome to come see me anytime. But I'm not finna play with you because this shit here don't make no motherfucking sense. How we demonize and alienate a brother for saying he gonna defend himself. And
that's not what this man was saying. This man was inciting violence upon federal agents, which is op activity. Which is op activity. Going around talking about how you're going to pew a federal agent and you're doing it as loud as possible. That is a Fed. You might not know that because, you know, Tethers don't understand anything about our history. Only what the Nabisco tells him to understand. Shout out to our good brother Christopher Ellis in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, my good brother. And thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold. And I appreciate your contribution as always, my good brother. B1 salute. All these high-pitched ranting activists are reading from the same DNC BLM playbook. And I agree with you 100-fold. That's exactly what this is. This is not just tethering. This is shilling at its finest. This is absolutely shilling at its finest, my good brother. Thank you for your contribution, my family. Much love to Yvonne in the building, and as well as V in the building. Much love to the both of you. Thank you for being here. Let's let them continue.
Y'all don't see what the fuck is going on? How brothers get targeted? How they use our own against us? They're using tap dancers and sellouts against us, and y'all just allow it to happen? How can a black man protect black people when black people will throw him under the motherfucking bus for nothing? How the fuck do we make progress when we are surrounded by tap?
Sir, he's not trying to protect black people. He's trying to protect illegal immigrants. He said it out of his own damn mouth. How can a black man protect black people when black people throw him under the bus? He's getting thrown under the bus because he's not trying to protect black people. He's trying to protect a bunch of illegals. And then he's trying to wag his finger at us as if this is the job that we've been tasked with. No, sir. Not at all. And I'll be damned if I let some Michelin tire looking mother lover sit here and just rant to us because you yourself have an interest with Paul Birdsong. We don't have any interest with him. Let's be very clear about that. A B1 salute to our sister. I am Kiera in the building. Much love to you, sister. Good to see you as always. And a shout out to our sister Astarte Jones. Thank you for your super sticker. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my good sister. Exactly. Shout out to RC as well. We people out here speaking a whole lot of French.
We.
Thank you for that comment, family. And also, let me give a B1 salute to our family. Affectionate Earth in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here as well. Hey, shout out to Reparations Nations. Sambos love to hear themselves soft shoe. Tap, tap, tap. Tap, tap. Mother loving tap. Let's let them continue. Exactly. Big, goofy, emotional, incorrect, hammerhead, moist tether. Absolutely.
Dancers, bootlickers, and sellouts, punk motherfuckers that's gonna do whatever they can to shuck and jive and shake ass for massa to show, oh, well, I'm gonna be a good boy, massa. I'm gonna be a good boy, boss.
Family, didn't Paul Birdsong come out talking about Renee Good? Isn't he out there talking about the Alex guy? What's his name? What is his name? Alex Pretty. Aren't those two Nabiscos? Shouldn't you be considering the fact that he's come out to work and speak and fight for massa? And that's how I know that you all colonizing the mind, because I don't look at no Nabisco as massa. The fact that you're saying massa in itself shows that you're just using the same old talking points, the same old playbook. Because the person who is actually sitting there fighting for you, who you're calling massa, is Paul Birdsong. We're staying far, far away from Paul Birdsong. We're staying far, far away from the Renee Good situation, the Alex Petty situation. That ain't our business. But here you guys are trying to convince us that it is. Who's really out here fighting for massa? A B1 salute to our sister Andrea Jones. Thank you for your Cashapp donation. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, my sister. Let's let them continue.
I'm not finna stirs up no trouble. You allowing yourself, you allowing children, you allowing women, you allowing brothers to get picked off whenever, just so you can keep your little illusion of freedom? Brother Paul Birdsong, you have nothing but my respect. I don't care if it's the Black Panther Party, Black Lion Party, whatever organization or group you are a part of. Anytime you in Texas, reach out to me. You have my full support. I don't care if you need somewhere to lay your head at. I don't care if you need a gun. Whatever it is, I got you.
I don't care if you need a gun. This is how you tell these bootlicks, these folks who are paid to play, these folks who are oppish by nature. He's doing the same agent talk that Paul Birdsong is doing. The very same talk. But we're supposed to follow suit. Yeah, it ain't gonna be me. Go ahead and go out with Paul. I hope you both get arrested together. Hey, you know what? I don't wish jail on no man, but you know, these type of dummies, take them on in. Take them on in. Shout out to our good brother Black Truth United, as well as our good sister Black Spider in the building. Much love to you both. Thank you both for being here. Shalom to you. Let's go here, family. Like I said, for the life of me, I can't understand how he could get anybody to pay him any attention. But the fact that he got some people, yeah, this is truly sad. A truly sad situation for these folks.
You know what's so sad to me to see is that when I posted the last post about the Black Panther Party and Paul Birdsong, all I was talking about was what he's showing us, the progress that he has made.
What progress, sir? What has he done to garner any of y'all respect and loyalty? Point to something. Because otherwise you're just giving him false accolades. Because we ain't seeing anything that he so-called accomplished. Besides pissing off the black grassroots. Shout out to Third Eye watching in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, family.
How many times? Let's just say, for instance, he only ran off one cop who was sweating one community. That to me was good enough. That to me was plenty. That to me displayed, okay, here's an example, young brothers, how y'all can stand your ground. Period. But then when you look at the comments, just go down sometimes and just look at the difference in perspective from the same people who's been oppressed forever. You'll hear some people say, man, that's stupid. He gonna get young brothers killed. No. Young brothers who don't follow the example can get themselves killed. He's quoting the law. He's citing the law.
What the f does that mean, Kobe Bryant?
Nigga, please.
Did you take a stupid pill with your breakfast this morning, Admiral?
What the hell is this man talking about? No, people who don't follow the directions gonna get themselves killed. No, they shouldn't even be in the fight. It is not their business. It does not affect their community. Their interest is intact. So even enticing someone to come out and fight for somebody else is putting them in danger. What the hell are you talking about? He's not citing the law. He's not reciting the law. He is not doing anything that is lawful besides saying, I know my Second Amendment right. Because if you're talking about the law, he's breaking the law by trying to protect people who broke the law. What are these people talking about? What kind of drugs have these people been taking? The fentanyl has gotten stronger. Jesus Christ, these people are out of their damn minds. Shout out to Trey Messiah in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, family. A B1 salute, shout out to Philip Speak. Thank you very much for your Cash App donation, your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. Keep up the great work, King. You are very well researched, and I appreciate you and your kind words. Much love to you, family. Much love to you. As well as Zavon Scott, shout out to you. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contributions as always, my good brother, as well. Family, these folks are talking all kind of out the side of their necks. I ain't never seen the side of a neck tuck. This is what it looks like. But let's continue.
He's reminding them of their positions. To get on, beat it, slave catcher this, that, or the other. That's what he's doing. And you do what you're supposed to do what you see other successful people doing. But as long as you're coloring inside the lines and following the letter of the law, he was just being an example. It's not him per se that we saying hold him up as a martyr, hold him up as some kind of Lord or God, but he's demonstrating what education, following the letter of the law, can do. Who cares if somebody said, oh, well, he got kicked out of the Black Panther Party, so?
He is not following the letter of the law by trying to protect people who broke the letter of the law. And what do you mean, so? If he was kicked out of the Black Panther Party, really, one can question whether he was ever a part of the Black Panther Party. But that goes to the lack of credibility in that man. What is up with these people? They think that we're so slow that we should be supporting a known op, all for the guise of, I wonder who you're sleeping with. I wonder if your wife is Latino or Haitian or whatever. Because you can't be this damn stupid. You can't be this damn naive. And you definitely cannot expect us to act in the very same naiveness that you're acting in. The manner will not be mannering. A B1 salute to our good sister Mia Kim in the building. Much love to you. And thank you for being here. Hey, I'm with you there. The barbecue meatball marinade. Shout out to Masabusa on that one. I'm with you 100-fold. That is definitely meatball activity, as you will say. Let's continue.
And if y'all missed what I was saying in the last message, I was saying I would not care if he was a drag queen. As long as somebody is doing good, being an example of what we could do. Who cares that he was a gang member? People change and evolve every day. So that only went more to his credit. Oh, yeah, he used to be.
Sir, no, it didn't. When you claim to be a gang member and you was never a gang member, that does not lend you credibility. When all the groups around Compton is definitively saying he wasn't a part of our set, we don't know that nigga. That takes away all credibility. Especially when we've seen with our own eyes what he was doing as a quote-unquote gangbanger. The type of rhetoric that he was spewing then as a quote-unquote gang member. On national damn television. Making the block hot. For no damn reason. And I'm going to be 100% honest with you. As a Watts man, I rocks with the hub. The hub and the dub. So when those folks tell me we don't know that nigga, yeah, that's a problem, sir. Because if you lie once, you're going to lie twice, and you're going to keep on lying. That's op activity. William O'Neill type activity. Let me give a B1 salute to our birthday boy in the building, Mr. A.O. Shout out to you. Thank you for your, Thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my good brother, as well as First Class Citizen. Much love to you, and thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, family. Delineation is the equivalent to the raid spray for the tethers. We have zero concerns about the fake outrage and protest for the illegal alien invasion, and I'm with you 100% fold on that. And thank you for using the proper term, illegal alien invasion. That's what it's called in the immigration book. So God dang it, that's what we need to be calling it. So much love to you, family, all day for that comment. As well, let me give a B1 salute to our good sister Mia Kim in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for your Cash App donation. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. And once again, to our sister Andrea Jones, much love to you for your Cash App, and I appreciate you as always as well. Let's continue.
Gang member. Oh, he turned away from them. He turned away from those ways. But let me explain something to the people who say, no, you're going to go out there and get young brothers killed. Young brothers is getting killed anyways, every day, all day. And all we do is complain. We're the only people who...
Did this nigga just hit us with the Rico line from freaking Paid in Full? Niggas get killed every day, B? So because people die every day, you're trying to exasperate the danger for them, is what you're telling me. Let's run it back.
You're going to go out there and get young brothers killed. Young brothers is getting killed anyways, every day, all day. And all we do is complain. We're the only people who cannot come together on one accord. We're the only creed of people, the only ethnicity that cannot band together and follow one example.
I will have to disagree with you there, family. Hey, family in the chat, I'm going to ask you a question. Because I love it when they say, we're the only people that can't stand on one accord. We're the only people that can't unify. We're the only people. We're the only people, family in the chat. I want to ask you this question. Aren't we unified right here? Aren't we unified in saying that's not our fight? We're not going out there to fight for a bunch of people, and we're standing on that. Aren't we unified by telling people who are coming out trying to bring up our historical organizations to fight for other people that we're not going to let that happen? You need to sit your beige ass down. Aren't we unified by calling out the nonsensical chicanery and rhetoric that these people keep coming with? Is that's not unification? Somebody please explain to me what is. I mean, I've seen people who are unified that ain't got as much discipline as we have right now. We're on code in a way that nobody had to come together and agree upon to be on. We just knew that that code needed to be stood on. We needed to stand on business. I didn't have to call Black Truth to say, hey, brother, you ready to stand on business? I ain't have to call our sister Hurricane Nisi. Hey, my sister, we need to stand on business. We just knew that it was time to stand on business. If that's not unification, then what the hell is it? Black Spider didn't call me and say, hey, brother church, we need to really get together and stand on business. We just started standing on business without even having to have that meeting of the minds. If that's not unity, please explain to me what is. And we're the only people who's really standing on business when it comes down to every situation in this country. So yeah, we're unified. You just don't like the unification in which we're presenting. Understandable though. When it affects you, of course you wouldn't like what unity looks like. When it affects your sleeping conditions and who you can sleep with or who you can take home, yeah, you wouldn't like what unity looks like when it comes to those things. Because it affects your ability. Shout out to our good brother Iron Will in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here, my good brother. And a B1 salute once again. The fella speaks. Much love to you, and thank you for your super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always. Once again, and to piggyback off that sentiment, we named ourselves. Now that's what you call unification, and you are 100% correct. Ain't not nobody is able to tell us what we are and what we aren't in this day and age. And we're standing on that. That is unity. As a matter of fact, I wish I had the ring that got dang Charlie Murphy got hit in the head with, so I could hit him in the head with it. Unity. We're the only ones that can't unite. The hell out of here. Shout out to our brother Iron Will for his super chat. I appreciate your contribution, good brother. As always, much love to you. Your donation is blessed tenfold. Salute Church of Black Power and the family in the chat. Happy Friday. It's FBA versus everybody, as it always been. And I'm with you 100%. We are not under any disillusions. We are not under any type of illusions that says, yeah, we're not fighting against everybody. We're fighting a war that everybody wants us to turn our attention away from. And that's us versus everyone. Let's be very clear about that. And we're not even attacking the opposition. We're just sitting back and letting things happen, and they don't know what to do. Shout out to you, my good brother. And shout out to our sister Hurricane Nisi for the 50 ball. Much love to you, my sister Queen. I appreciate your contribution as always. Your blessing, church. Thank you so much, my sister. And I appreciate you as always. Now, I'm only going to play a little bit more of this dude because this dude went on and on. But I want to get to a part that I want to touch on. Let's go.
Take the Jewish people. Well, they're on the same accord. White folks on the same accord. Everybody else is on the same accord except for us.
And that's the part. Right now, you have the Nabisco man and the Nabisco woman going at it, neck and neck. The civil war of the Nabisco is going on right now. Right now, you have the Hispanics who voted for Trump, who voted for this, going against all of the illegals who are calling everybody Nazis for supporting ICE. You have your Africans going at each other's necks in order to make sure that they ain't put in the spotlight next. So you have the Somalian going against the Ethiopian and the Ethiopian going against the Somalian. How are we the only people that aren't coming together in all these situations and all these factors are happening right before your eyes? No, see, we're the only one that's not falling for the tactics. We're the only one that's not falling in line with what the hell you guys are spewing in your rhetoric. We're the only ones that's actually giving pushback to the nonsense that you're seeing in front of your face. And when I say the nonsense, I'm not talking about the way ICE agents are treating people. I'm talking about the hypocrisy of it all. Shout out to our good brother Black Truth United. He said the Timu L. Jackson. You will not change anything with this video. I'm with you 100-fold, man. That Timu L. Jackson, though. Now that you said you put it that way, he does look like us. Samuel L. and Coming to America when he went in to rob the store. Shout out to Sexy Red for the super sticker. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Your donation is blessed tenfold. I appreciate your contribution as always, family. God dang, that right there got me. Who the hell is this asshole? Oh, man. Let's continue, family. I want to go here.
I don't care if he's not an official member of the Black Panther Party. He outside. He got a rifle in hand. He with a squad, and we done seen him stand up to police. And you over here trying to convince us that we shouldn't follow him or get behind him because he didn't fill out some official paperwork. Black people be our own worst enemy sometimes. The moment somebody commits an infraction, now they got to be on their jacket for the rest of their life. And be the same ones talking about free this nigga, free that nigga. Why? So we can get out here and try to do better and you can scrutinize him? And I bet you if we look at all the terrible shit you did in your life, you had an excuse for all of it. Regardless of what that man did to get charged or go to jail, he left and said, you know what, I'm going to be a better person than black people. And with the tools he had, he decided that he was going to defend them to the best of his ability. Some of us fight the fight one way, some of us fight the fight the other way, but we all going to need to fight. And if during this fight we recognize a common enemy, but you focus on what another man next to you did 30 years ago, I don't want you around me. Your place is over there with white women because that's the type of shit that they do. What is this, birth of a nation? If I don't see you standing on business like the nigga you talking about, I don't want to hear you say shit. Bars. I don't care if he's not an official member of the Black Panther Party. He out.
Now, I know y'all been hearing all about that. The Black Panther, the brother, I can't remember his name right now, light-skinned brother. They've been dragging him in social media. I don't know how y'all missing this, but if this ain't counterintelligence, then I don't know what is.
Then I guess you don't know what is. It's amazing to me, people who are coming from an older generation trying to tell us that we don't know what counterintelligence is when you're looking at counterintelligence right in your damn face. And I'm not talking about us calling out Paul Birdsong. I'm talking about the pure fact that this man popped up out of nowhere with a very sketchy background, with a very sketchy jail history, criminal history, with a very sketchy organization history. And yet we're supposed to follow this man's lead. We're supposed to fall in line with somebody who quite literally has dirty paperwork all over the damn table. And you got these people who came from the generation who saw COINTELPRO try to convince us the opposite of COINTELPRO, you know, standing on your square for your interests and making sure that you get what you need for your community. That right there is somehow in the benefit of the CIA. Tell me how. No one could ever tell you how, though. No one can ever say how, Sway, and say, well, here's how it benefits the CIA. Us standing on our square for reparations, that's benefits the CIA. Us standing on our square for an anti-Freedmen hate crime bill, that benefits the CIA. But no one can tell you how. Us naming ourselves benefits the CIA. But yet this man sitting here working at Domino's Pizza can't tell you how. Shout out to our brother Zavon Scott for this super chat. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my good brother. Some of these old niggas stay vigilant, FBA. And I agree 100-fold. You know, Jason Black tells us all the time, gotta watch them. This is the difference between an older from an elder. This is an older, not an elder. Hey, if he ain't at Domino's, you know, then I don't know. What is that, Pizza Hut? He might work for CC's. I don't know. He's at a pizza shack making pizza, wanting to tell us about COINTELPRO. Pro. I think you need to concentrate on putting that mozzarella on that dough, sprinkling that mozzarella over it, over the marinara sauce, tossing on some pepperonis, maybe some olives. I like some bell peppers on mine. Miss Niecy says, I'm an older. No, you're not an older, Miss Niecy. You are an elder. And elders understand that you still learn as you grow. No matter how old you grow, you will always be learning. That right there in itself makes you an elder. You are not an older, Miss Niecy. These folks are olders. People who just grow old and not learn a damn thing, or think that they can use their age in order to throw off the youth from what they're supposed to be doing. You don't do that, Miss Niecy. I have never heard you say or do anything of the sort. I won't let you put yourself in that box. Much love to you, my sister queen, though. Much love to you. Exactly. Olders are foolish. Straight up. Cookie, better hurry up and make that pepperoni pieces. It's your goofy old, see now, Musil drink himself down. Oh yes, so many hard hitters in one sentence. The senile Metamucil drinking, that right there has got me. Shout out to Cool Keezy on that one. Let's continue.
This ain't no different than what we've seen before. First, he'll get his own people to drag you. If that don't work, through humiliation, talking about he's some fake gang member, he was this, he was that, who cares? Do you care? Because what we have seen was him run the police off. What we have seen was him display to us our rights. And that if you got a bigger gun, you can stand down some of this killing and this abuse from these authorities.
Family, give me 1 second. Why do these people act as if we didn't know the letter of the law? Why do these people act as if we don't understand the gift of power tools? Why do these people act as if we don't know our Second Amendment and we don't stand on business? It took Paul Birdsong to come out to show us these things, according to these folks. Paul Birdsong. If you let these people tell it, it's the reason why we know that we can take bigger guns out there. And as long as you operate within the law, you can run the police off. Except he wasn't running the police off in any situation that had to do with foundational Black Americans. You out here performing in that video where he was screaming at those police officer, ICE agents, or whatever the hell they were. That was performative. You act like the CIA don't send out agents and set up operations to where it make them look like they're actually standing on business. This is just another example. Standing on the law while simultaneously helping someone break the damn law. That makes no sense. Shout out to my sister Hurricane Niecy once again. Double blessing, church. Much love to you, my sister queen. You are always appreciated on this side. Much love to you. Family, let's let the piece of man continue.
What we have seen was real. Anything that they brought up about this man is bullshit. I wouldn't care if they showed him in drag and walking the track and selling crack. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Why do these people keep coming with that same talking point? I don't care if he was dressing in drag. That's how you know this was passed down from somebody in the DNC. What is him dressing in drag has anything to do? And this is the second person that said specifically, I wouldn't care if he dressed in drag. If he works at Papa John, he better hurry up and finish that pizza because 30 minutes of that order is free.
Who cares? We're talking about what he's doing right now, and it's effective for our people. So if that ain't counterintelligence at its best, then what is it? Tell me, what is it? You think about that shit. Why are they dragging him? Because he's influencing people. He's changing minds. He's showing what we can do if we band together. And if you own your rights. Huh? He's showing you how to get him their papers back. Who cares?
Do you hear the nonsense that comes out of these people's mouth, family? He's showing you that if you have the right, you take the right. When you need the right, you get the right. And he's sitting there looking in the camera as if he's saying something so profound, and he is not. You're not giving anything but op. You're giving op by trying to defend that op. The black grassroots called out an op. He said, your food's done, church. You heard the ding in the back. Hey, let it simmer. Let it simmer. You know what I mean? It'll get better. Let's continue.
That's what this man been through. Next thing they'll do is say he's been messing with children. That's what they're gonna say.
No, sir. They ain't gotta say it. But he is a sexual offender. He is. Let's go here real quick, family. Allegedly. Let's go here for a quick second.
Posted my video about Paul Birdsong. I had somebody reach out to me from Cali. They know him, and this whole sex offender stuff that was going around. Mind you, when I first met Paul, he brought this up to me, and he was just like, "But it's not true. Like they put false paperwork on me." When I tried to look it up, I couldn't find it. But that's because I was in Philly, so it's not going to show me because it happened in Michigan, in Lansing, Michigan. So here's two of the pieces of paperwork that he sent me. You can definitely look it up on the official website yourself. One of my friends did because I sent it to the people that I was in the Black Panther Party with, and this is real.
The man's paperwork is dirty as hell, family. Paul Lawrence Birdsong. I can't believe this man got my name. The Lawrence. Paul Lawrence Birdsong failed to verify sexual offender information. Pled guilty. March, looks like the 15th, or is that the 10th? March 10th, 2000. Looks like 2010. This man is on the offenders list, and this guy is talking about the next thing you know, they're going to try to smear him by saying he is a PDF file. Sir, you haven't did your research on the guy. But continue.
They'll drag him and try everything that they can. And then if that don't work, they'll find a way to put him in jail. And if that don't work, they'll take him out. Think about that shit. This is history repeating itself. Don't act like we slow. There's some man sitting in an office thinking, how do we counter this man's message? Because he's gaining momentum. People are starting to listen to him. How do we counter this? That's this man sitting in his office thinking of this shit. And they're like, you're right, Bob. Go ahead, get Bob on the job. Bob will shut him down. And then they see his social media blow up with it. Come on, man. You don't think some plant started that? Why would somebody be digging into this man's history? Why would you care if he was a fraud?
Because we know these people by their deeds, you shall know them. by their deeds. You should know them. So every time we see someone come out trying to put black people in front of an issue that has nothing to do with black people, yes, people are going to look into your background. Yes, people are going to see who the hell you are, where the hell you came from, and why the hell you pushing an ideology that do not benefit the black community. Yes. This isn't the the early 2000s where you had Obama pop up out of anywhere and out of nowhere and people just saw black skin and said, I'm voting for that man. No, this is not that time. Now everybody's paperwork gets pulled. And that paperwork, if it comes back dirty, we call you out for having dirty paperwork and you sit the hell down and you move away from our community. And that's how it's supposed to be. The axe shall remember the tree, and the tree shall remember the axe. Let's be very clear. Shout out to followers on this one. Huey P. Newton will not be disrespected on FBA's watch. Free Huey. And I agree 100% fold. These people are so willing to give away the legacy of a people who fought for us in order to make sure other people who shouldn't even be in the country get treated better than we get treated in our own damn country. Make that make sense. Make that make sense. Church, you already know my stance on all PDFs, and I'm with you there. I'm with you. I have the very same stance. Do a dollop a daisy. Let's continue.
Fraud about what he doing. That's real shit. We didn't watch him run the police off and tell him to big feet. Huh? While holding a big ass motherfucking gun. Huh? Come on now. They gonna counter the message. We need to stop falling for the same shit like we didn't learn. With Malcolm, with Martin, with Huey. Who cares if he said?
We learned that lesson, and that's why we're more vigilant. That's why we're sitting here calling all this nonsense out. Why? Because we learned the lesson of Martin. We learned the lesson of Malcolm. We learned the lesson of Fred Hampton. We learned the lesson of infiltration in our midst. And we'd be damned to allow anybody to continue the infiltration tactics. The very same infiltration tactics. They're not even different. The only thing that's different about the infiltration tactics is the fact that they're sending out coons like you in order to uphold their infiltration tactic. Tell me if I'm telling lies. Shout out to Mo in the building. Much love to you. Thank you for being here, family.
Like he's from the 70s. It was effective. And the language remains the same. Should he change the words in a way that he was saying, we need to take care of the children and we got the lunch program? He's sticking with a model that worked. And they shut the Panthers down. It came for them. It's happening again and we acting like we don't remember. We ain't slow as they say we is. Or is we? Y'all go dragging this motherfucking man as long as what he's doing right now is effective. I wouldn't care if they showed him in a purse skirt and some high heels.
Effective to whom? Effective for whom? You see, these people like to throw out words and they don't like to clarify. A person can be effective, but it doesn't mean that they're being effective for the black community. He's being effective for Alex's community. He's being effective for Renee Good's community. He's being effective for Juan Pablo and all those other cats who shouldn't be here. Where's the effectiveness? What is he being effective in to benefit foundational Black Americans? Not nothing. And you still haven't put that pizza in the toaster yet. But go ahead.
2 years ago, what he's doing today is effective. And quit acting like we slow. Anybody with a message, pretty soon, they're going to start to drag them. So if you hear a person getting dragged, you stop worrying about why they drag, what they're dragging them about, and start asking yourself, why? Why is they dragging somebody powerful? Why is they dragging someone with a powerful message? Why?
Nothing this dude has done is powerful. Nothing this guy has said has been powerful. What the hell are you talking about, Milk Dud? You know what this man reminds me of?
Internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux of my venereal infection.
That's exactly what this man sounds like to me. Just another Oswald. That's it. Spewing a bunch of prison babble and trying to convince you that he's saying something of significance.
When they be dragging a man with a voice who's been effective. Don't be slow and don't do that shit and jump in it for clicks. Because now you're doing the work of the counterintelligence. And then they had the nerve to say this man's CIA. CIA teaching its people how to stand their ground. Come on, man. They're using anything they can come up with. Oh, he's a fake gang member. Wouldn't give a fuck if he was a real one, a fake one, or a homo. What does it fucking matter? Come on, man.
Why does he keep going back to this goddamn drag queen homo type talking point? This is how you could tell this is DNC rhetoric. What the hell? Why the hell do you keep going back? I don't care if he's a drag queen. I wouldn't care if he's carrying a purse. I wouldn't care if he's a homo. Like, why the hell do you keep going back to that talking point specifically? Maybe because that's what Black Lives Matter had in their leadership positions. Oh yeah, y'all remember Black Lives Matter, they didn't like men in leadership positions. So they were putting trans people in leadership positions. They were putting gay people in leadership positions. And it all became what? A LGBTQ style takeover. Does this not sound like the same type of nonsensical rhetoric? Is he not trying to make you feel comfortable with putting somebody from that community on the front lines? That's why it's important to remember these things, because people such as this, they do and act in the same manner. It is a pattern, and the pattern doesn't change. It just shows you once again, oh, you're part of that group over there. Oh, you rock with the Democrats. Oh, I see you're pushing from the same damn playbook that we burnt a week ago. Y'all had a spare playbook in the back somewhere.
Y'all better act like y'all know. Because right now y'all acting like we slow. And we gonna keep falling for the banana in the tailpipe. And we gonna stay behind. Because as soon as we see something that's real, we fall for the first motherfucker that tell us it's fake. I'm gonna leave it at that. That ain't what my platform is for. But it pissed me off because I hate to see my people get played for fools.
That ain't what your platform your platform is for. But I'm pretty sure you got a nice little penny to say this. I am not under any misunderstandings on this. I'm pretty sure you got a nice little penny to say the nonsense that you just said. In the very same way that I'm sure that there's people paying people such as this to say the nonsense that he's about to say. You know, family, these folks want us to not trust the people who fought for us, to not ride for the people who fought for us. Hell, they're trying to question whether or not we're questioning everybody else who's out here claiming to do stuff. But at the end of the day, they're saying, well, what are you doing? Should you be trusted? Let's go here.
Yo, in the struggle for our people, they are pretenders. They are imitators. They are fakers. They are imposters. They are cosplayers, definitely. But what makes you so certain that you're not one? Here we are cosplaying some pro-black person in the comment section, so concerned about who's perverting and co-opting the legacy of the Black Panther Party.
Family, tell me that this isn't a tether. How do you cosplay something that you in itself created? We are the revolutionaries. We created revolutionaries. We have that revolutionary spirit. It is a part of our culture to be rebellious. It is a part of our culture to fight the good fight. So how can we be cosplaying ourselves? I tell you, all you got to do is listen to these people and you hear the nonsensical rhetoric that comes out of their mouths.
Let me ask you this. When is the last time you sacrificed for our uplift? When the last time you put life and limb and freedom on the line for our people? What issue in our community are you confronting? What problem are you dedicating your life to solve? So yeah, these brothers and sisters may be fakers. I don't know them. But are you real?
What problem are we dedicating our lives to solve? I don't know. Reparations? Transformative Black agenda? An anti-Freeman hate crime bill? I mean, what are we talking about here? So now they're trying to convince you to question yourself on whether or not you're cosplaying a revolutionary, whether or not you're cosplaying a freedom fighter, whether or not you're cosplaying a pro-Black person, without giving any type of inkling on how that's possible when you've been the only people who are the freedom fighters, when you've been the only people that are the revolutionaries, the only people who are pro-Black. Because up until a few years ago, people didn't like to call themselves Black if you were not from America. You had Jamaican Americans. You had Ghanaian Americans. You had Nigerian Americans. When we would tell people you Black, me no Black. Me no see Black. I'm not Black, I'm Jamaican. I'm not Black, I am Ghanaian. I'm not Black, I'm Nigerian. I'm not Black, I'm colored from South Africa. So how do you cosplay something that you have always been? But let's continue.
You comment section warrior, but ain't put nothing on the line for our community. So yeah, we gotta make sure that we protect the legacy of our ancestors, but how you protect the legacy is not just through attacking whoever and measuring who's fake and who's real. You protect their legacy by continuing their legacy through work.
You do not continue their legacy by saying who's real and who isn't. You do not protect their legacy by saying who's real and who isn't. That's exactly what you're doing. It's called gatekeeping, kind sir. It is called gatekeeping. So that nobody else can pick up that legacy and use it for ill intent. These people just speak out the side of their necks and they pull everything out the back of their ass and none of it makes sense. They're just throwing things at the wall to see what sticks.
Through work. And so my whole thing is that these brothers and sisters that's with the whole Black Panther Party thing, man, they may be fake. They may be controlled opposition. They may be all of those things. But what are you? You ain't even controlled opposition. You just unpaid opposition. Ain't doing nothing for our people. We smoke.
Did you catch that, family? What are you? They may be controlled opposition, but you're unpaid opposition. So what does that tell you about this man? And what does that tell you about his ethics? His ethics is all tied to whether you're being paid to say things. Oh, because I'm not being paid by the dominant society to mislead my people, I'm just unpaid opposition. Yes, I am unpaid opposition. I am unpaid opposition to the system of white supremacy. I am an unpaid opposition to illegals who break into the country. I am unpaid opposition to anybody who try to convince our community to get out there and be the opposition for someone else's community. You got the game messed up. Yes, I am unpaid opposition, and I am proud to be unpaid opposition. Shout out to Willie Groats. He said, does that sound like James Small? Absolutely. Absolutely. Sounds like Democrat shilling to you, huh? Hey, I'm with you 100% there. It all sounds like Democrat shilling, to be 100 with you.
Drinking on 2K and on Instagram, commenting on what other people doing. When our people are suffering in every major city in the country, what are we putting on the line?
We? We.
Our people has been suffering in this country since its inception. And we've been fighting the good fight since the inception. And the second that it doesn't touch us, it touches other people. The second that the chickens come home to roost, now you have all these folks like this trying to convince us that what we're doing is wrong. And not standing up for other people, that's wrong.
So, no problem with you protecting the legacy of our ancestors. I'm saying follow that logic all the way up. Follow it all the way up. If you real, go put it on the line. Go serve our people. Go put life, limb, freedom, and sacrifice so that we can get a better place as a people, so that if they not the true descendants of the Black Panther Party, at least you are. Yo.
Like I said, family, these people are out here just Oswalding it up.
Internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate the crux of my venereal infection.
So, family, these folks want to talk about how this is a smear campaign. This is a CIA operation because they're smearing this man's name and all this other nonsense. But yet, you got these folks out here trying to smear people's names as well. Is this not opposition? Is this not CIA COINTELPRO? This young man here talks about how he can't support Maisha Newton over Paul Birdsong. Let's go here.
So yesterday I made a video talking about how Paul Birdsong represents a modern new wave version of the Black Panther Party. I found out this morning that he's being sued by Maisha 415 Newton, Huey Newton's niece. But I have a couple of statements I want to say about that. So I want you to go on Maisha Newton's page, and I want you to see that she is MAGA. She's a conservative. She is for Donald Trump. Now, before we...
Family, do you see off the back what this man just did? What this boy just did? Off the back, he showed everybody how much of a liberal shill he is. Because the first thing he said is, off the rip, she is MAGA. She supports Donald Trump. If Maisha Newton voted for Donald Trump, that's her business. In the very same way, if she supported Kamala Harris, that's her business. You see, the Democrats always want to push that you are wrong for supporting the red side if you choose to support Donald Trump. I've said this several times over. I'm an independent. I don't give a damn about either side. I'm with the couch party. But if anybody want to vote for Donald Trump due to the immigration situation, I understand it. Hell, if they wanted to vote for Kamala, I don't agree with it, but that's their right. These people talk to us as if Black Americans don't have the right to vote for either party. And if you vote for one party that they don't like, all of a sudden, that shows that you're a horrible person. Voting is about exchange. You bring something to me, I will give you my vote. You give me something for my community or my community's interest, I give you my vote. There are many people who voted for Donald Trump because they wanted to get those illegals out of there. Not because they support Donald Trump, but because they support Donald Trump's policy when it came down to immigration. But let these people tell it. She's the scum of the earth because she voted for Donald Trump. Like I said, this is all Democrat shillery. But let's let them continue.
Get too caught up in the weeds. In 2024, I was an accelerationist Zionist, and I voted for Trump, not because I supported him, but because I was so anti-American at the time that I decided to make a mistake that to this very moment I repent for. And I apologize.
So somebody who voted for Trump, who calls himself an accelerationist Zionist. And what that is, for those who don't know, is somebody who not only believe in Zionism, but they tried to accelerate the downfall of America to get the biblical apocalypse going, I guess you could say, in a way. It's kind of the same thing that the Groypers believe in. They're accelerists as well. They want to see the country destroyed. So with this man saying that, should anything that comes out of his mouth be taken credibly? Just a question, family. And absolutely, yes, Babylon type stuff. Maisha Newton don't need your support. What support? Exactly. Exactly. Another tether trickster. Absolutely. Let's let him continue.
to every single person I negatively impacted with that terrible decision. But that said, this person, she is an active supporter from what it looks like of Donald Trump. You can go on her page and prove me wrong, but it seems like her whole premise of existence is I am Huey Newton's niece. Look at me because I'm Huey Newton's niece. A lot of her videos simply come off, in my opinion, as spam ramblings of an older black woman who has a lot to say, and that's me being respectful. Because when I see Paul Birdsong speak and tell young black people to arm themselves, and I see older black people from Maisha's generation saying he's Antifa and he's a gang member, failed rapper, it's like, you do realize that Malcolm X was a criminal before he was an activist, right? You do realize that a lot of our leaders were gang members before they reformed themselves. So attacking Paul Birdsong off of his past is such a bad look. And even further, let's acknowledge your present. Maisha, when it comes to pushing black excellence, your page only takes away from the black struggle, because if all of your videos are predicated around, I am Huey Newton's niece and I'm going to sue this new Black Panther Party because I'm offended on how they're representing us, you're not this grand protector of copyright that you think you are. You are actively just gatekeeping the movement of black liberation. Because I have a movement called the Union, and I have my own private security company called the Bayou Jackals, our tagline being Sans Point Sunabule, which in Creole means without remorse and without taking a breath, we come with fire. And this is for black resistance, but this is also past black resistance. This is for everyone to come together, build solidarity, and fight back against oppressive regimes like Trump's. But if, Maisha, you find yourself on the side of history in which you are protecting the copyright of the Black Panther Party while most of your videos are hashtag Make America Great Again and @MAGA and hashtag Donald Trump, you're putting off a message in which shows that the Black Panther Party never left COINTELPRO. You are perpetuating COINTELPRO because
Sir, you just admitted to being a goddamn Zionist accelerist. I know you're not trying to have a conversation about this. Is what I'm saying. These people, they have no goddamn sense. They have no sense. Exactly. They act as if we're not supposed to be gatekeeping our culture. Shout out Miss Niecy. She said this is another Matt Nuclear, aka Barillo Pad Head. Yeah. Hey, I'm gonna be honest with you. Matt Nuclear, this is his opposite for the Democrats. The Democrats must have saw what Matt Nuclear was saying over there. They was like, we need one of our own tethers that look like he's a little light braid, little guy that don't know what the hell he's talking about. Family, I'm not even going to continue this little man's video because, like I said, these folks are so disrespectful, it's ridiculous, and they act as if we're not supposed to be on the front line to protect the legacy of our groups. And not just our groups, but our family, our history, our customs and culture. All that ties in together. Because that's all we were trying to protect as Black Panthers or any Black liberation group. Family, let's get to some real, shall we? Let's get to the real.
So this is Paul Birdsong, and now he's singing a new tune because the actual leader of the Black Panther Party has told this man he needs to drop his flag. So basically, he getting put off his set, all right? And now he's trying to reinvent himself once again. Just listen to this.
All power to the people. As everyone knows, I'm Paul Birdsong. I got a message from Aaron Dixon today saying that he no longer supports us. That after he gave me orders to make a video saying that him and other members were coming, that he withdrew his support. He said that this situation is unimportant to him, even though my comrades have risked their lives and spent thousands of hours of their time and dollars in life standing behind a cause. You know, he said he's going to make a statement saying no one has the right to call himself a Black Panther going forward. I told him to make sure that he put in that statement that he did in fact give us the right to call ourselves that, because I still have the messages where he did, just in case he doesn't. And I put in there also make sure that you put in there that Emory Douglas did give us the right to wear that emblem, because I still have the messages where that happened too. But as it stands, because of that, because of me and my comrades risking our lives and all the heat that we went under, because of the counter-revolution.
Basically, the actual leader of the Black Panther Party told this man that you are misrepresenting the cause. Everybody understands that the Black Panther Party started, and yes, back in the day, back in the 60s and the 70s, yes, they did represent more than just the African-American community or the Black community. Today is a different day. The games that are being played and the way that us Black Americans are being used is different. So no, the party is not the same anymore. Okay. Because Black Americans' position in America is not the same anymore.
Practices because we don't believe in black nationalism, like Bobby Seale said in the video that I shared on my page earlier, that black nationalism is acquiesce to racism, and that we don't stand like that, that we're internationalists and intercommunalists, just like Huey Newton said.
We are not black nationalists. Okay. What has happened is the game has changed. Okay. And Black Americans understand that no, we have to protect each other. Okay. Because these other immigrant groups that are coming in America, they're protecting themselves and they're voting for everything that they need. Things that these other groups need inherently affect Black Americans negatively. It's not about hating anybody. It's about preserving your future, your culture, your family in America. That's what it's about. It's not about hate.
We will no longer identify with this flag. We will no longer identify ourselves as a Black Panther Party for self-defense. We're going to take OG from the town's advice. We're going to take the name that he decided to put out there. We're going to call ourselves the Black Lion Party for International Solidarity. The reason for the international solidarity is because we will stand with the immigrants. We will stand with the people being terrorized by Islamophobia.
So basically, these niggas went from being Black Panthers to Antifa. That's what this is. These are the newest Antifa members. Okay, these people are for everybody. They're anti-government basically. Anything that the government says, they don't like. They're against it. Anything that Trump says, they're against it. They don't like it. Okay, that's a very, very colorful community of all different kind of people. Which there's no problem with that. The problem is you guys' worldview. Okay, that's the problem.
These Panther Panthers will no longer be on my uniform.
Black Lion Party. Goofy ass shit.
Me and my comrades stand independent. We are willing to work with any organization that stands for the rights of every.
So this is Paul Birdsong, and
so like he said, I agree with what he said. Goofy ass dude. He's a goofy goober. Shout out to B1 Business in the building, my good brother. Thank you for being here, family. Yeah, exactly, Savon. Token ninja, a straight token ninja. And the B1 salute to our brother John Son. Thank you for being a member for 4 months, my good brother. Thank you for your donation, and your donation is blessed tenfold, my good brother. I appreciate your contribution as always. Malcolm wasn't a criminal while being an activist, and you are correct, my good brother. You are correct. Ain't nobody really worried about the fact that he claimed to used to be a gangbanger. The fact that he claimed that and it wasn't the case, that's the issue. In the very same way that he talked about going to jail but didn't tell people what he was going to jail for, come to find out that the man, he's a sexual offender. That's an issue. The fact that he tried to revise a group that fought for Black independence and Black liberation, and then turn around and try to use it to fight for Renee Good and Alex Petty or Pretty, excuse me, or and other people who shouldn't be here. That's what this is all about. Damn the gang. It's just lies on top of lies on top of lies. Let's go here, family.
So you're gonna see this Paul Birdsong dude, new Black Panther Party from Philly, the one that's out there, fighting against the ICE. But nevertheless, he mentions 2 original Panthers, Aaron and Elmer Dixon, both whom are from the same neighborhood as me, both whom I've met several times. So when he said what he said about them, I detected that it was cap, because the conversations that I've had with them on several occasions, I know that they ain't giving nobody the blessings to use the Black Panther Party name. So he says that. I did a live stream Friday, which I addressed and said pretty much what I just said to y'all. And then 2 days later, he makes a statement saying that they don't support him. I'm gonna give you a little commentary at the end too. Take this on.
Or Aaron Dixon, or Elmer Dixon, all these.
So basically, what this brother said right now is that he made a video
give you a little
letting people know that the founders, they didn't want nobody using the name, including himself. Then all of a sudden, here comes Paul doing this video saying that they didn't want him using the name anymore. No, Paul, they never wanted you using the name. See, now people are starting to call cap on you, and you have to come out and cover your ass. But let's continue.
Or Aaron Dixon, or Elmer Dixon, all these original Black Panthers. Aaron Dixon gave us permission to be the Black Panther Party for self-defense.
So Elmer Dixon, I've met a few times. He told me about the history of how they formed the Black Panther Party chapter in Seattle. But another thing that he said to me was that he did not like us using the name Black Panther. Even if it was New Black Panther Party, he did not like that. He did not condone that at all. He didn't want us to use that name. So for him to say that Elmer Dixon gave him the blessing, I know damn well he never gave Paul Birdsong any kind of stamp of approval for what he's doing using the Black Panther Party name. Elmer and Aaron are both way smarter than that. And they would have sniffed this bullshit out.
As everyone knows, I'm Paul Birdsong. I got a message from Aaron Dixon today saying that he no longer supports us. He said that this situation is unimportant to him. He said he's going to make a statement saying no one has the right to call himself a Black Panther.
So I was at one point the Western Regional Chairman of the New Black Panther Party, Brother Hashim Akanat Nzinga, who inherited it from Malik Zul Shabazz, who inherited from Khalid Abdul Muhammad, who inherited from the founder, Aaron Michaels. So one thing that I know for certain from speaking with many former original Panthers, including Elmer and Aaron Dixon, who are from the same neighborhood as me, who founded the Seattle chapter of the original Black Panther Party, I know that they did not agree with anyone using the name Black Panthers at all. So I'm not going to call this dude an agent, although many people are, and I suspect that he is. At the very least, he's a clout chaser, and he's reading the room wrong. Since the beginning, we've been saying that we ain't down with these ICE protests. We're going to let them do what they do. It's not our business. It's not our fight. So the fact that he kept trying to impose this fight on the people who's telling him, like, if you're going to call yourself the New Black Panther Party, and you're going against the wishes of the grassroots who are saying that this ain't our fight, that's suspicious in itself. Then you start invoking the names of the icons, saying that they blessed you and gave you permission, which I know is cap, and now you have to go back on that. So now he's out here calling himself the Black Lion Party, saying that Black nationalism is racist, and the Black Panther Party was Black nationalists. So he's flip-flopping. He's all over the place. I know a lot of y'all seem to be fooled by this dude, man. And I get it. It's beautiful to see somebody standing up against tyrannical forces. But the fight is supposed to be for us, not fighting for immigrants who voted for this dude, not fighting for immigrants who are anti-Black. That doesn't make sense. So you're going to see this.
Family, like I said, it only takes so much for the real Black grassroots to get out there and really stomp down and let people know that, yeah, this isn't going to be acceptable. This isn't going to be accepted. And like he said, hey, you were never accepted in the first place. You can't tell me that they gave you the okay, but they told me they didn't want nobody using the name, even if you put the new in front of the Black Panther Party. Who shall we believe? Somebody who has imminent ties to these people, or somebody who we've never seen with these people? I would choose this brother here, to be honest with you. Shout out to Sweet Butters. Thank you for being here, and thank you for this comment. Drop saying power to the people too, and I'm with you there. Stop using all the slogans. Don't use nothing that came from the Black Panthers. Create your own stuff. Create your own stuff. Shout out to Trey Parks in the building. Much love to you, family. Thank you for being here. Let's go here.
Y'all, they doing any and everything to try to get Black folks out there in the streets. They done hired this biracial or Dominican, I don't know, Puerto Rican man to sit up here and act like he's now the leader of the new Black Panthers. And then he done got some homeless dudes off the street to stand behind him. We not coming. We not going. Could they not get a real Black American? Probably not, because we not on that. I couldn't believe it. Don't fall for it, y'all. CIA, IRS, FBI, whoever you are behind this, we're not coming. The word of God says, he will confuse your enemies, and they shall fight against each other. That's literally what's happening. I can't believe that, man. Like, y'all couldn't get nobody else. He talking about, we represent the Cherokee and the Chickasaw Nation. You're Dominican. I don't care if you're either biracial or Dominican or you. We not coming. You can't catch me. You can't trick me. We're not coming, boo. So y'all can stop. Y'all.
ICE agent ever run up on me. I guarantee you that when I put a hole in their chest the size of a window.
When I'm Dr. Ahmad Shakur. Now that was Paul Birdsong, the chairman of the Black Panther Party for Self-Defense. Now he's walking all of that back and saying that's not exactly what he said, that someone chopped and spliced the audio. Let's get into it.
You know, that ain't what happened. If you look at the video, you see I'm talking and then he cuts to another scene, you know, instead of showing me talking straight through because it was chopped and spliced. So what I said was, if the ICE agent run up on me, whatever force they use against me, I'm going to use equal force to defend myself. Ain't nobody taking me nowhere or doing nothing to me. Then after that, I said, anybody runs up on me, anybody tries to do anything to me, I put a hole in the side of the window, safe life repair, safe.
Okay, now he did not say all of that. We heard what he said, but he's claiming that it was chopped and spliced. I find it very interesting. You see, this is further proof for me that he's a whole fraud. I never believed it in the first place. And now we have all of these different Black Panther Party groups popping up in different places. I find it all very interesting because where have they been before now? Okay, please make it all make sense. I'm not falling for any of this. It's reeking of government agents. Now, with that all being said, here's something else that he had to say.
If you get legally arrested for something you did, I can't really say nothing. You know, if you went to a country, no matter what country you were in illegally, and they find out and they deport you, that's on you.
If you go to whatever country and they find out you're there illegally and they find out they deport you, that's on you. But I thought the other day he was talking about how he's going to protect and defend all the oppressed people, specifically the immigrants. Okay, see, this is what I'm talking about. People have got to stop believing everything they hear somebody saying online just because it sounds good. You see, people believe what they want to believe, and many people wanted to believe that someone was coming to save them, and they thought it was going to be the Black Panther Party. Well, they're out there talking all big, but let's not forget that just a few years ago, okay, there was another group out there doing the same thing. They were called the NFAC, and they were led by none other than Grandmaster Jay, who also turned out to be a whole fraud, and I was the first person to call him out. And so many people who look like me went in on me for doing so because they believed in him. But yeah, he was a whole fraud. Okay, likely working for the CIA. Now he's nowhere to be found, and they claim he went to prison and all of this. We have to stop falling for the shenanigans. But the good news is, most of the people who look like me now know better, because I've seen most of us calling out these fraudulent Black Panther Party members. Okay, and so with that being said, everybody stay safe, and please stop believing everything you hear and getting all excited, thinking someone's coming to save you, because I promise you, no one is.
I regret the work that I've done because it's brought me to this point. But going forward, these Panther patches will no longer be on my uniform. Me and my comrades stand independent. We're willing to work with any organization that stands for the rights of every living person. Any organization that stands against imperialism, attacking immigrants.
Y'all go hold on real quick. Hey, chat, can you define cosplay? Cosplay is short for costume play. The focus is accuracy or interpretation of a recognizable character. Costumes can be handmade, altered, or purchased. People cosplay at conventions, photo shoots, competitions, or online. How do we go from Black Lives Matter to All Lives Matter so quickly? I told you guys it was a cosplay. It was never real. Again, who gave these people the right to go out here and cosplay the Black Panthers? Like, who literally authorized it? You can tell it was nobody of importance because look how quickly they jumped out of it. What? Me and my comrades are looking for people who stand with all races. Stop fucking about history because you want to play dress up. I think what it was is y'all was expecting for Black Americans to stand up and be like, yes, right along with you. And that's not the response you got. Now you guys want to flip the script. Yeah, this is not our fight.
There's an attack on Black Americans right now, mentally and spiritually, and it just won't stop. This is not a new Black Panther Party. Number one, there is no organization that we have ever put together that has been led by violence. Every organization that we have ever put together is led by love and community. However, if you are the original people of a land, and this is something that immigrants understand because this is why they are not in their home. If you are in your home and you are building love and community amongst your own people, you are also going to have to be violent to defend yourselves against people who do not want to see that love and community. So any violent story that you've ever heard, but see, this is where immigrants, tethers, and cosplay come into play. When you are cosplaying something, you're only cosplaying your version. You're cosplaying the way that you view this. This is why, you feel what I'm saying? This is why we so sick and tired of Hispanics and Black immigrants playing us in movies. It's just like y'all have taken every single thing that is us, place yourselves in it, and feed us what you feel we are within that moment. That's the reason why y'all don't understand how come so many ethnic Black American women born and raised in the hood who cannot code switch, do not like that Dominican slut that y'all got up there rapping, that's hunching on that violent booty tick. You feel what I'm saying? When it comes to, bitch, I ain't from Baltimore. When it comes to, that's a little more, right? But when it comes to people like Jamila and anybody else like that, these are agents of chaos. Y'all got to realize, number one, you is a funny looking girl. And I know we ain't supposed to be talking about people look, but you're a funny looking girl. I don't trust women who look like Mr. Potato Head. When you have to put their face together like that, they always are funny. Why do you think nobody was surprised when Monica said why she wet Brandy ass? It's the reason why them eyes that close together. But I'm gonna say this because most of y'all are Christian, and I'm gonna just put it to you like this. And I was born, and so I know what the fuck I'm talking about. There's a saying amongst Christians where they are talking about pastors who willingly mislead their people. And I'm just wondering spiritually what that means for these goofy motherfuckers who are purposely misleading their own people. Because we all know quiet is not complicit. We all understand this. We all understand this when we deal with white people. For some reason, y'all are there are people desperately trying to get us to treat immigrants in a different way than we treat white people, to view immigrant hate differently than we do white people. This is why there's always a comparison. The moment that we call out any of that bullshit is but the whites. You feel what I'm saying? When it comes to funny faced ignorant people like that girl Jamila, y'all have to understand. Number one, she probably got an immigrant grandparent down the line. That's really where all this bullshit be coming from. But these are just weak people. These are just weak men and women. They are just weak, and weakness shows differently in ethnic Black Americans. You feel what I'm saying? You can have a loud motherfucker, and they can be weak. It's in us, not on us, and it ain't in that bitch. That's a funny looking heifer to try to mislead your people and save other people who they are defending themselves against. And all of this hate that your people are getting is only because they want to separate themselves. They have not attacked anyone. Period. However, the people who y'all are defending, y'all are willingly looking over the attacks from these people, systemically, physically, and otherwise. George Zimmerman was Hispanic. Those 5 Black officers that beat that Black dude to death were Nigerian. The Columbine boy was an Asian boy. So let's not separate the hate. Let's not separate none of it. Y'all really, and you know what really pisses me off is when you have people, and I hope this time out right, because I ain't trying to call nobody slow. when you have people that are in they comments trying to explain it to them. No, but you just don't understand with the Democratic Party. No, you just understand because we're doing this because systemically. No, you just understand when they become cops, they do it. Like, y'all are really trying to explain. And I hope I'm explaining this to where y'all can truly understand how being illiterate works. You feel what I'm saying? Y'all trying to explain it to them like they're illiterate. There's many ways to be illiterate, but there are two specific ways that are played on is book literacy and comprehension literacy. Y'all are literally talking to people. They can comprehend very well. They're not illiterate book-wise, and they're not illiterate when it comes to comprehension skills. Y'all are, and that is what they are trying to play on. You feel what I'm saying? That's why they continue to talk to you like you stupid, no matter what you say. No matter how much you say, no, we're just not willing to risk our lives. Like, no, we just don't understand because they are clandestine or not understanding you because it's part of the manipulation. Y'all really are I'm just saying, these people ain't slow. That funny looking, Mr. Potato Head looking girl, she is not slow. She is not slow, not at all. I don't even trust people that look like her. And I'm just keeping it real. Y'all can call it judgment all you want to. Y'all can say it's always a conventionally pretty one. I don't give a fuck. I don't trust bitches that look like her. That's why I never was surprised when Monica told us why she bought Brandy ass. Bitch, why are your eyes so close together? I just don't trust people like that. If your eyes too close together, they fuck hard. Bitch, what the fuck was going on? Did your mama drink with you? How did your mama wear her hair in the 90s? That's really what I want to ask you. Like, you're a dusty, crusty heifer. These are some weak ass black women and men. Weak. And that dude who is another dude who also commented on the dark skinned dude who look Haitian. Yeah, y'all are some weak ass people. Weak. Y'all don't deserve to hunch nothing. Not even yourselves. Y'all don't even deserve to masturbate. Really, y'all are just a different type of weak. Y'all are a mislead your people type of weak. Y'all are a different type of funkified. I know your pussy musty. There's an attack on Black Americans right now.
Shout out to Glamorous Courtney. Much love to her. Yeah, she be eating like a mug, and that's why I wanted her to go uninterrupted because she was killing it. She said that's why I wasn't surprised when Monica said she had to Bob Brandy. Those eyes are too close together. Hey, but sometimes, 100% though, you know, you gotta watch those type of people. You know what I mean? You gotta watch them. You know. Shout out to our sister Cooking with Miss D in the building, and shout out to our sister Mia Kim. Thank you for your Cashapp donation. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my sister. She said that's why I wasn't surprised when Monica said she had to bop Brandy between her eyes. Those eyes are too close together. Oh man. So when none of that stuff works, family, when sending out the weirdos don't work and sending out the shills don't work, try again. So they send out Deontay Cal to come out and make a bunch of nonsensical statements about FBA, and we're going to go over it. Let's go.
The FBA, the Foundation of Black Americans. These niggas ain't involved in nothing outside. They ain't doing shit outside. They're on the internet looking for niggas that look just like them to degrade and call tethers all day. I don't see these niggas doing no work against none of these fucking Nazis, none of these fucking Klansmen, nothing. All I see is them niggas calling out other black people all day. That's divisive as fuck.
What Nazis, sir? Foundation of Black Americans has been fighting against the system of white supremacy since its inception. We've been the only people at the top of our lungs screaming to the world what's going on with white supremacy. And each and every one of these people spit in our faces and told us that we're just being lazy. Told us that we're just criminals. Told us that we just blame the white man for everything. We don't want to take responsibility. What are you talking about, sir? If you're saying these Nazis as in the ICE agents, no, we're not supposed to be out there trying to rush after these folks or fight these folks for a group of people that aren't supposed to even be here. That makes absolutely no damn sense. Like your hat. But let's get it in.
Questioning niggas. Where you from? Where was you born? Nigga gotta show you your freedom papers? Damn, massa.
Family, these folks, where are you born? Where are you from? Damn, master, you need freedom papers? Sir, we ask each other, where are you from? Where's your family from? Where were you born? Only people that have a problem with those questions is people who aren't born here. and or people who were born here but they have foreign backgrounds. Why is it a problem that we're asking where are these people from when these people make time to jump into our spaces to talk about business that does not pertain to them? Of course we would ask, nigga, who is you? Of course we would ask, where's your family from? Of course we would ask, where's your people from? Why? Because they're in our spaces, we're not in theirs. They're speaking on our business, we're not speaking on theirs. But go ahead.
I gotta show you the freedom papers. Who is these niggas on this tag? Bunch of motherfucking Stevens over there trying to check a nigga blood. Want to check a nigga papers. Sound like ICE. Another 3-letter.
Sound like ICE? Why are you concerned about ICE, Deontay? From my understanding, your mother's a Nabisco and your father's black. Can you explain to me which black your father is? What, is your father from this country, Deontay? Or is he a foreign black? Because you're worried about ICE. And yeah, that ain't got nothing to do with us. And notice how he tried to say that's another 3-letter organization. As if FBA is a 3-letter organization. No, FBA is quite simply just a term, a commemorative term for the people who built this fucking country. Excuse my French. So once again, like I said, they're falling back into the old tactics. The whole try to make us an organization. The whole try to say we're divisive. All of these things while negating everything that we've been fighting against with these people that come to this country. And then Deontay is going to go into this whole spew about, oh, they don't know any better. They're colonized. Why would you worry about them? Let's go.
Organization, healing and perspective, or hate speech and fear mongering. But a lot of us only know how to be in community with abusers. So when niggas start talking about healing, when niggas start talking about organization, we start talking about inclusion, we start talking about mass communal practices. You've never seen that. That's not your experience. That's not where you feel comfortable. Calling niggas.
You just said that most of us have only been in abusive relationships. What do you think the relationship with the diaspora has been? You think the relationship with the diaspora was all peachy keen? Oh, no, no, no. The relationship with the diaspora has been just as abusive as any other relationship that we've had with anybody else, whether Nabisco, whether Asian, whether Mexican, Hispanic, or anybody in the diaspora. But yet you want to talk to us about abusive relationships and then saying we don't know what unity and all these other things look like because of that. This is the nonsense that these people are speaking, family. Not making a lick of sense, but he's saying it loud, so it must make, some type of sense, right? Shout out to Sexy Red once again for your super sticker. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my good sister. Let's let them continue.
The president,
the FBA, the Foundational Black American, another 3-letter organization, healing and perspective, or hate speech and fear mongering. But a lot of us only know how to be in community with abusers. So when niggas start talking about healing, when niggas start talking about organization, we start talking about inclusion, we start talking about mass communal practices. You've never seen that. That's not your experience. That's not where you feel comfortable. Calling niggas names, checking niggas verification. What hood is this? What hood is that? Now, if we was gangbanging and killing each other, it would be a problem. But it's not a problem when a nigga asks where you from and it's on the internet and it's on the basis of a culture that we created out of oppression. You don't want to let other niggas
let him continue.
Participate in your culture because they come over here and degrade him. That's where you from, and it's on the internet, and it's on the basis of a culture that we created out of oppression. You don't want to let other niggas participate in your culture because they come over here and degrade him, and you know the business of colonization better than anybody. These niggas is brainwashed.
So you're telling me that I need to make an exception for somebody who is actively working against our community because he's brainwashed? No, we don't want anybody participating in a culture when they come over here and take our culture and then tell us we have no culture. No, of course we wouldn't want anybody participating. And because they fall in line with the colonized mind, I'm supposed to be sympathetic and empathetic towards it? No. That's like me being empathetic to a sex offender because he got touched. So I'm supposed to allow that sex offender into my house with my children? So I'm supposed to allow him to pass along that feeling and that trauma to other people around me just because I'm empathetic to the point of him being touched when he was little. You got the game messed up. You got the game messed up. And here's the thing. If you're so concerned with these people, why haven't you been out there? Why aren't you out on the streets putting that work in? You won't go out there, but yet you want to try to finger wag at foundational Black Americans because we won't go out there. Oh yeah, sit your dumb ass down. Shout out to Honey Brown Sugar. She said, I didn't see him since Mona Leo was exposed. Shaking my head. And that's why they waited to bring him out for situations such as this. Shout out to Master Musa. If they're brainwashed, how long are we supposed to keep showing leniency? Completely asinine point of rhetoric. He's trying to pass off as righteous. And I agree with you tenfold. Why would I allow the fool to come into my house and be foolish? That makes no sense at all. I agree 100-fold with you. Make that make sense.
Going back and forth with no nigga that come here from another country in search of the American dream when I know this shit is a nightmare. I'm not going back and forth with no nigga that think he finna get some favor from these white people. I see you niggas that's born in America do the same shit. Michigan head coach, that nigga ain't no Tether. Stephen A. Smith.
Family, hold on. I gotta make sure I unlike that.
I'm not going back and forth with no nigga that come here from another country in search of the American dream when I know this shit is a nightmare. I'm not going back and
First and foremost, I'm not letting no nigga that comes from a different country think that they're going to use my history in this country in order to have the American dream. I'm not going to allow no nigga from outside of America to come to America and disrespect my history in this country, my ancestors in this country, and everything we done built and done. I'm not going back and forth with a nigga who's running around here looking like Bert from goddamn Sesame Street. I ain't going back and forth with a nigga who looked like he hasn't missed a meal in weeks. I'm not going back and forth with a nigga with 2 chins. Excuse me, 3 chins. I'm not going back and forth with a nigga when he talks, his second chin rumbles and the third chin starts to squeak. I'm not going back and forth with a nigga who thinks that we should go back and forth when it comes down to what we accept and what we don't. Shout out to AO. He said, looking like Della Reese in Harlem Nights. Oh my God, that's so on point. Well, here it is. Now you want to shoot me in my pinky toe. Come on, quick. Here it is. Oh, Cool Keezy said more chins in Chinatown. That is cold beans. Not the chin squeak. Yes, the chin squeak. That's all because the second chin is rumbling. The third chin don't have enough space, so it can only squeak. You dig what I'm saying? Let's let him continue. 3 chins. Oh, this man is running around here looking like a bald chinian from the goddamn Men in Black movies and want to talk to us. Shout out Indigenous Warrior in the building. Much love to you. Cancel this goofy. I stand firm with you on that. Shout out to Sylvester Burns. Much love to you. Thank you for being here. Don't give Della that. Hey, I ain't gonna lie though. When Eddie Murphy, when Quick punched Della Reese and you saw those chins moving under her throat, that's what I'm looking at here. You dig what I'm saying? She said, ooh, yeah. Now we're talking. Oh, man. Let's continue.
Fuck no nigga that think he finna get some favors from any white people. I see you niggas that's born in America do the same shit. Michigan head coach, that nigga ain't no Tether. Stephen A. Smith ain't no motherfucking Tether. How many niggas have we seen tap dance and degrade black people that are from America, born in America? When niggas do it from abroad, I don't say it's an issue with them. I know that they're brainwashed by the system. Because that went through.
This nigga did not just say
white people. I see you niggas that's born in America do the same shit. Michigan head coach. Of a culture that we created out of oppression. You don't want to let other niggas participate in your culture because they come over here and degrade him. And you know the business of colonization better than anybody. These niggas is brainwashed. I'm not going back and forth with no nigga that come here from another country in search of the American dream when I know this shit is a nightmare. I'm not going back and forth with no nigga that think he finna get some favors from any white people. I see you niggas that's born in America do the same shit. Michigan head coach, that nigga ain't no Tether. Stephen A. Smith ain't no motherfucking Tether.
Both of them folks are tethers. What the hell are you talking about, Deontay? See, this is how you know this man don't know what he's speaking about. He just says Stephen A. Smith ain't no tether. Stephen A. Smith is a tether. Now, yes, we have some homegrown coons in this country. But guess what? Those homegrown coons are from the lineage. They're from the country. So they can talk that baboon babble, and we're going to call them out as homegrown coons. But when you have someone from outside of the country who's not a part of the lineage coming in disrespecting the lineage, that should be checked. That should absolutely be checked. And it's only people such as yourself that makes it seem like we should be sitting back just taking the disrespect.
How many niggas have we seen tap dance and degrade black people that are from America, born in America? When niggas do it from abroad, I don't say it's an issue with them. I know that they're brainwashed by the system because they went through colonization over there just like we went through it over here. Why the fuck is they leaving Africa? Because you're
See, that's how you know you don't know shit, buddy boy. Foundational Black Americans has never been colonized because we've never gone along with the program. We have never, ever, ever gone along with the program. We have always been the rebellious. We've always been the people who pop off the goddamn riots. We've always been the people who was willing to burn down plantations and unalive the slaveholder. We have never been colonized because we have never accepted the position of being insubordinate. So when somebody come over here with that subordinate mind state, the colonized mind, thinking that the Nabisco is better and the Nabisco's water is colder and the Nabisco can't do no wrong, that type of thinking will not be accepted around us because we've never had that kind of thinking. And the few little tap dancing coons and bootlicks that did, we ostracized them and we put them out of our communities. They are not a part of our communities. And that's why they become racially homeless when the Nabisco get tired of his tool and break it. They can't come back over here to us. So I don't give a damn what you say. We have never been colonized. They are the colonized minds. And we have every right not to want that set of mind, that set of thinking around us when we try to decolonize their minds and they try so hard to get closer to the colonizer. Screenshot.
Europeans are destabilizing their countries, inserting capitalist dictators, fascist dictators in more democratic socialist societies. Toppling.
Guess what? I want you to understand this as clear as day. Since you seem not to understand right now, let me help you understand. Why? Because they're helping with the colonization of their own damn lands. They're helping the Nabisco come in and colonize them. They're helping the Chinese come in and colonize them. They're helping the Russians come in and colonize them. Do not act as if they're not on the hook for helping the colonizer into their country. That's why you can see a Nabisco getting carried on the shoulders of Africans when they go over there. That's why they believe that the white man is God over there. It's because they choose to live under that colonization. Stop trying to absolve these people of their personal responsibility. And even if what you're saying matters, which it doesn't, many of these countries and many of these people are coming from countries that the United States ain't got no hand in colonizing. They're not over in France. They're not over in the UK. They're not over in China. They're over in America trying to eat off the things that our ancestors fought for us to have. What the hell is this man even talking about? Like I said, the god dang talking points from the Democrat party, they're just so god dang asinine.
Governments and then sending the niggas fleeing. Where do they go? To America. And what do? They come through with their religious minds, with their colonized minds, and destabilize Black American revolutionaries because they don't know no better. And it's a bunch of niggas.
Because they don't know no better. No, they know exactly what they're doing, you dumb son of a bitch. You see, this is that I might not say so seeping out of him. This is what that is. This is the Nabisco seeping through his pores with a finger wag and everything. God dang it. Shout out to Cultural Superpower in the building. Much love to you and thank you for being here, as well as our sister Priscilla Taylor in the building. Shalom. Much love to you and thank you for being here as well. Let's let them continue.
niggas in America that don't know no better. They only are used to being in a community with abusers. We have been oppressed in this country for 400 years. Some of us don't know how it feels not to be oppressed. Some of you ain't comfortable if you're not oppressed. You've never created an idea of what freedom looks like for you. Black Americans, and I advocate for this, nigga, me and Big Cat are the blackest of black Americans.
How are you the blackest of black Americans with a white mother? When I was younger and I started getting really into my revolutionary phase, well, really, it's not a phase because I'm still in my revolutionary. But when I was younger, one of the things after finding out about Carolyn Bryant that my grandfather used to tell us when we was talking about black empowerment is that you can't get black power out of white vagina. It's just, it's rare. It's highly rare. Now, there are some people who have been mixed, who have fought for the cause. However, listening to Deontay Kyle, I can understand exactly what my grandfather was saying when he said it's not likely that you're going to get black power out of white vagina. Let's just be very clear about that. And he's a prime example of the idiocracy that these people be going through. That tug of war within himself, which really doesn't look like a tug of war at this point in time. It looked like he already done chose his side, and it ain't got nothing to do with the blackness. Ah, that would make sense. He's mixed with Dominican and the powder. You know, that would make perfect sense. Everything would fall into place if that is the case. That would make perfect sense. Shout out to Priscilla Taylor. He suffers from what a lot of biracials suffer from, half man and half crazy. He hates that he doesn't get the attention he's so crave. Shout out to our sister Priscilla Taylor for that. Yeah, I agree with you 100-fold. She said half man, half crazy. That is absolute. Let's go.
We are true to the black American experience. We are proud. We also understand that our story doesn't start here nor end here. The Panthers were Pan-Africanists. Marcus Garvey was a Pan-Africanist. All the leaders.
First and foremost, our story do start here. Why? Because we built up this whole damn country here. And even before this country was built, there's evidence of us being here. I was a Blackfoot. My grandfather comes from the Blackfoots here. Unless you can show me anywhere in Africa you find Blackfoots. Show me anywhere in Africa you find in the Creole. Show me anywhere in Africa that you got Seminoles, the Muskegees, the Gullahs. You can't. So what that means is the origins is here. Maybe your origins don't start here, especially if your dad is Dominican. Because we know your mother's origins don't start here either. I believe she's Irish, right? But go ahead.
And things that came before you that gave you the blueprint to feel revolutionary. We're also thinking about global movements, mass communal practices instead of micro movements, the FBA.
Now, even if that's true, all of their resources and all of their strength and power was where? Right here. Let's go here, family.
To the African Americans that are trying to address Black Americans, those that you delineated from. Anyways, it doesn't make any sense to me because you guys said you guys were not Black American, you're African American, you're Pan-Africanist, you're pro-immigrants, immigrants, save the world, all these things. Why aren't you talking to your own N-word then? Because those are your peer groups, not Black American. You've already severed those ties. And that includes Jamila, Lil Low, Neighborhood, Alki, every last one of you guys. You guys are African American, remember? And Deontay called Black Americans, more specifically FBA, a criminal organization group. You guys don't want to fuck with us, remember? To the African Americans that are trying to address Black Americans, those that you delineated from. Anyways, it doesn't make any sense to me because you guys said you guys were not Black American.
So as y'all's Lord and Savior, Deontay Christ, aka Deontay Kyle, again said some more dumb ass shit. Yeah. First it was about Jesus, and now he's pissing motherfuckers off. Well, then he pissed off motherfuckers about the barber shit. Try to call out barbers, say they don't do nothing for the community, blah, blah, blah. And they're not out doing anything and giving free haircuts and shit, even though he don't give out free merch, free Patreon, or free meet and greets. Peddles that shit every chance he fucking gets. Then soon after that, you saw him out there looking like a slop talking to them fucking kids, and they was fucking sleep out there. Then he was on that interview with, or whatever, the podcast shit. He had the Manila girl on there, you know, with her cousin. I showed y'all her cousin was talking about Kata Killer, and her manager was on that same type of shit. Never addressed that shit though. Yeah, but all lives matter. But now he's back with that all lives matter rhetoric, that consciously panderly rhetoric of, oh, we inclusive with the diaspora bullshit, even though we have no beef with them, and it's really just, you know, us trying to preserve our shit because they consistently and constantly undermine and belittle and try to, you know, really appropriate our shit. And now he's comparing FBA to ICE. Like, what the fuck? First of all, FBA isn't even an organization, my nigga. Like, what? It's a But what do you expect from a mixed breed that was tweeting shit like this about Martin Luther King and our Black, you know, leaders? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But it's quite funny how everybody was tagging me when he was on.
No. We got to go back.
Leaders,
we got to go
you know
back.
What I'm saying?
We got to go back. We got to go back. We got to read what this man had to say. Martin led our people to the slaughterhouse in some cases. Fred Hampton was the spearhead for the Rainbow Coalition. And have you seen any resurgence or solidarity of his movement since? We understand. And Steve looked like Steve assimilate, and in most cases these days assimilate. I ain't one of them. Yeah. Go ahead, continue.
Yeah. But it's quite funny how everybody was tagging me when he was on Breakfast Club, like, oh, I bet Benny punch your ear, as if, again, I've ever aspired to be a media personality. And y'all think this was some grassroots thing. Y'all wonder why after he took that picture with Pander Lee, his rhetoric started changing towards a lot of y'all start siding like, what the fuck is this nigga on? Y'all want to know why? This shit wasn't organic. It was some grassroots rise to fame, if that's what you even want to call it. Now, it's Miss Alex Rago, his manager, and old Jessica Devine, who's the talent manager.
Family. You see that big old smile on his face, this roly-poly looking mother lover, this big back bastard? Do you see his Kool-Aid smile standing next to the Nabiscos? Let's continue.
Or whatever, talent person, that CEO of Cake Media. What's Cake Media? Well, I don't know. Let's look at that link of Cake Media by the CEO and founder of Cake Media. You know, they have these podcasts that they manage, I'm supposing, you know, pretty big names there, right? These are some of their brand partners that they have. You know, he was talking about all he gets is dick pills and gambling, but I guess he's trying to get some of this, their rocket money in China. You know what I'm saying? Evian and Delta and shit like Peloton. Yeah, some of that good money, some of that good white folk money. His manager, Alex Rago, she don't look black to me. I mean, she got some nigga kids because you know they love that nigga meat. And then you have the photographer that was there, that's tagged in there. That photographer, he's the videographer for old girl on Breakfast Club. He's the videographer for Lauren LaRosa's podcast. You see how all the dots connect? I mean, I just want to know, was there not any other talent managers or talent companies that you could have signed with that were black owned? Why you signed with the white folk? We always skinning and grinning, showing nothing but teeth. But I mean, hey, I guess for you, that's familiarity. That's your people. Just saying. It makes sense why all this rhetoric with all lives matter and inclusion with the diaspora and this conscious Pander Lee talk. I'm just saying. But I'm a hater, y'all. I'm just a.
Man, I rock with Deontay Kyle. This nigga tripping, fool. Like, I don't know his personal beef with Tariq Nasheed. I really don't care. But getting on social media like the FBA's Foundation Black American Leaders, that's a group, that's a cult. Nigga, how can a lineage be a cult, bro? Like, come on, man, chill out. Which I kind of get why he got like this personal beef with Foundation of Black American, because it's like he bought racial problems. And they are not inclusive at all. Like, they all for delineating and all that. He a Pan-African, so I understand why he's saying all this, you know what I'm saying? But it's like, bro, with the way he think, I feel like this nigga, if he actually looked into it and stopped repeating what everybody else is saying, this nigga would understand, like, they don't have white supremacy talking points, my nigga. It's like, they try to say, oh, we got white supremacy standpoints or whatever. It's like, bro, they literally saying that they accept the fact that they have African ancestry, my nigga, like descent, African descent. But they are also acknowledging that they have Afro-Indigenous descent. That's what and that's what Pan-Africanists want to exclude, because that's not what they was taught in school, my nigga. And a lot of them just got high school education. It's like anytime y'all see 3 letters, y'all think it's a clique, a clan, or some type of group, like FBI, CIA, or the KKK. No, FBA is not a clique or a clan, bro. It's a lineage, nigga. It's an ethnic group. Like, nobody is denying African descent, bro. It's just they are including and, you know, acknowledging the fact that they do have Afro-Indigenous and Indigenous descent too, because they all were enslaved together and they all got married and they all, you know, were forced to, you know, have kids or whatever by the slave master. And the whole delineating thing is like, it's fairly new. So a lot of people feel like, oh man, y'all just dividing the community more. But let's just be real, bro. The community been divided, my nigga. Like, nobody in the black diaspora gives black Americans no type of respect when they come over. None of them. So that's really why niggas like, nah, we finna delineate, put our flag on everything, and we finna stand on what's ours. You know, remind everybody exactly what it is that's ours. That y'all come over here appropriating and cosplaying us. So we got 2 different backgrounds. Respect it. That's all delineating is, bro. And it's this one lady on here, Ming the God or something like that, bro. She be loud and wrong, but she feels strong. She feels the same way as Deontay Cal, but it's because she is mixed. She like black and Asian. I want to say that she said she would, but yeah, they think that it is that if you're a foundational black American, you don't want to accept the fact that you have African descent. And it's like, nigga, that's not what it is, my nigga. It's simply just acknowledging that we have Afro-Indigenous descent too, especially down in the South. Cause y'all seem to forget that they were enslaved together, my nigga. Indigenous, Afro-Indigenous, black, native, whatever you want to call it, were enslaved with the Africans. They were forced to mate. They got married and they procreated and had children, my nigga. So I guess you can say black Americans are the first interracial people. Man, I'm rocking Deontay Cal. This nigga.
Like I said, the youth is listening and they ain't putting up with the nonsense. Why? Because we've been making it simple and plain. So plain that a 5-year-old can take it and understand it. I don't see why people like Deontay Cal, people like Deontay Cal or anybody else can't understand it when a 5-year-old can understand it. And that's why we have the youth coming out speaking like this. He sounds real proud, don't he? He sounds very proud, and he was able to articulate the matter very elegantly. So shout out to the YMs. Some people call them YNs. I call them YMs, young men. Shout out to the young men out there. Let me also give a shout out to FBA Empowerment in the building. Much love to you, family. Thank you for being here, as well as Shorty McGriff in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here, as well as our sister Anita Harrell in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here, as well as our good brother Melrose Radio in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here, as well as Chris in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here, family. As well as our good brother Maneuver in the building. Much love to you, and thank you for being here. Let's go here, family. I just got a few more clips before we get up out of here. Hold on, family. Give me 1 second. Son of a bitch. What is going on here? All right. Let's pull that down here for a second. Give me 1 second, family. 1 second. Like I said, this new StreamYard for some damn reason. All right, let's go here, family.
The light brights are calling for Black Americans to come outside. First it was Amanda Seals, now it's this.
The FBA, the Foundational Black American. These niggas ain't involved in nothing outside. They ain't doing shit outside.
Now with Amanda, I know what she meant, but with this one, he got to specify, because do you mean this?
Well, holding this stick like I'm taking a selfie. Strike up, cause the Draco with generous boss up. I'm a grind like a
Brody, are you Ja Morant or are you Paul Birdsong? Which one? But
You motherfucker. Can I help you, sir? Yes, what is this? Huh? This is rock. I can't get jiggy with this shit.
now I see why he got in trucking, because it was over with before it got started. Okay, next clip.
Why the fuck is they leaving Africa? Because Europeans are destabilizing their countries. And they go to America. And what do? They come through with their religious minds, with their colonized minds, and destabilize Black American revolutionaries. Because
y'all, who be writing this stuff for him? It can't be Chat GBT because AI is smarter than this, right? Let me get this straight. So two group of people got colonized. One group of people was oppressed, still oppressed. Then the other group come from Africa and they're possessed with the colonizer mindset and they want to take over the Black American community. They want to colonize the Black American community and disrespect Black American leaders. And we supposed to be with open arms welcoming them. Somebody must think we dumb. Like how intelligent, how does that sound? And then you talking about we supposed to fight for some people that ran away from their government. They wouldn't even fight their government. So what you expect them to fight our government with us? Third clip.
nigga, they think you finna get some favor from these white people? I see you niggas that's born in America do the same shit. Michigan head coach, that nigga ain't no Tether. Stephen A. Smith ain't a motherfucking Tether. How many niggas have we seen tap dance and degrade?
Clearly, he doesn't know what a tether is because that coach and Stephen A. Smith are both tethers. Just like the Mona Lisa interview that he did. He didn't know FBA terminology. Talking about stuff he don't even know nothing about. Sit down. Third clip.
Black Americans, and I advocate for this. I'm nigga, me and Big Cat are the blackest of Black Americans.
Hold up, he said he blacker than the blackest Black American. But what about this?
Your TikTok video about your biological mom being white.
Yeah.
That sparked so much like conversation around identity and like being a biracial kid, and what made you want to share?
And no, I didn't know I was adopted. So I found out post her. I was adopted at 2 days old. You get what I'm saying? So of course that is gonna spark up a whole bunch of stuff around identity and things like that. But for me, it was liberating because I was like, bro, I knew I went crazy, bro.
Right.
Yeah, we ain't all in here looking alike. I'm the oddball out how we look.
It was just the physical looking, or did you feel a way internally?
No, it's like it's everything. I don't think the way. It's a lot of different things. You know what I'm saying?
Did y'all hear what he said? He felt like an oddball, not only because he didn't look like the Black people in his house, but he didn't even think like them. Like, how could you relate to people you don't have some commonality with, right? Like I know Black Americans are not a monolith, right? But to be on code, there has to be some type of core elements that connect us, right? Something core going on with us to have this connection. But anyway, the Black folks with the faux Black grandparents, how y'all feel about him being the blackest of the Black Americans? Oh, the light bright
family. Shout out to B1 Business. Church, I need a screenshot of that thumbnail, fam. Oh, okay, let's do that right now then. Give me a hot second before we get up out of here. Let's make sure we get that screenshot off. We pull this down, and I'm going to pull this down, and you can take the screenshot, family. Give me 1 second. All right. I hope you got the screenshot, family. I hope you got it. Let's let me see here. What was I doing? Okay, we'll go back here. All right. Shout out to you. Thank you for your super chat, family. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my good brother, as well as Melvina Miles. Shout out to you and thank you for your PayPal. Your donation is blessed tenfold, and I appreciate your contribution as always, my good sister. Now, I just got a couple more clips here, family, and we can dust up out of here. I want to make sure people understand that the family is making it very known that we ain't putting up with it.
Also, there's a tizzy amongst the Pan-Africanists and those who associate with the FBA title. And it's sad that their talking points are the same of the collective diaspora. Like, they don't know what the fuck is going on. Like, I don't know how y'all sit through 500 years of history and don't even try to give any credit to the FBA movement, because it's literally just an ethnic classification, and that's all. And the fact that we have to keep going through this is crazy. Like, I'm really mad that we want to exclude people from an ethnic classification. This is not an organization. This is not no fucking group take. This is not Black Lives Matter.
And that's what y'all getting it fucked up at. Y'all think this shit is a movement, and it's not. It's an ethnic classification. And yes, that means that this time, for once in our fucking lives, and once in the history of niggas, everybody came up. Like, and that's sad because when we talk about, I just saw Deontay Kyle's video and I had to stop it because the first thing he said is, what have FBA done as a collective? First off, FBA is an ethnic class. So if you want to talk about foundational Black Americans and what have we done for the collective, everything within the past 400 years. Yeah, because it's an ethnic classification. It's not a group. It's not a group. It's not like the Hebrew Israelites and none of that other shit. That's what y'all not getting, and that's why y'all not understanding why it's taking such a just like Sulan. Think of FBA like Sulan. See, you like Sulan. You have Mona Leo up there. You like Sulan, but you don't know what FBA is. None of y'all do. Y'all like Sulan. Okay, y'all still want to be African Americans now. So, but y'all don't understand what FBA is, and that's the wild shit. Like you're being purposely obtuse because you want to try to call this a cult or something crazy when you know exactly what the fuck is going on, because we have been classifying ourselves as a delegation for the past 400 years. They keep changing who we are, so now we are choosing who we are and nothing like that. Because it excludes other people. But you can't go and walk around calling yourself Haitian or Jamaican, Panamanian, even African. You get, unless you got people off the continent. Like people, Africans that no longer live on the continent, or Africans that descend from people from the continent that are born in America, are facing the same thing that we are. They don't even get called African. What the fuck are we talking about? Like, why are we still on this a year later? I know why we still on this a year later. I know why. I know why. I know why the cage hurts. Oh, so there's a tizzy.
Family, let's go here. Shout out to this brother right here because I don't care. This man is hilarious to me. He just is. And plus, he's a farmer. So, you know, he be coming with the slang and lingo that I love. Let's go here, fam.
Claims that FBAs aren't outside. Motherfucker, I own a farm. What are you talking about? Oh, you don't do anything for the Black community. Ask my Black customers, have I not given you discounts on pork, lamb, goat, mutton? I mean, you name it, I give you discounts just because you're Black. Because I can do that. What the fuck is Deontay Kyle talking about? First he said the Black barbers don't do anything, and that was suspicious as hell. I mean, granted, he looks like a freaking Jamaican Cookie Monster with that fucked up ass haircut, looking like a goddamn beige, a freaking beige version of freaking Barney, the purple damn dinosaur. I get it. The Black barber is the big brother. The Black barber is the father sometimes. The Black barber is the person who picks up a man who just got divorced. The Black barber is the person sometimes who will talk to you when nobody else will. See, that's what lets me know that not only should I question Deontay Kyle's lineage, but I now completely understand why the delineation movement was so important. And it wasn't so important to delineate from other people. That was a given. It was important to expose people like Deontay Kyle, because for the longest time I was telling y'all, he's an op, he's a plant, he's an agent, he's not what he freaking seems. This guy only pops up when there's Black unity, and then suddenly he pushes something that is very, very divisive. Notice he pushed the whole Black men need accountability thing right when we had Nottoway Plantation Fire. You had Lake Lanier going wild. You had the Sinners movie that was popping. I mean, you had so much that was going on. I mean, lightning was striking police vehicles in freaking Oklahoma. You had a fever pitch, and then all of a sudden he pops up with that crap. Notice how we had the freaking delineation movement, and where's he doing right now? This stuff is not accidental. When someone does something repeatedly, and it seems like they're doing it for no gain, they're doing it for gain. You just can't see it. Hey, this man is talking about how, he doesn't see FBAs doing anything for the Black community. Motherfucker, look up the percentage of Black farmers overall as compared to white farmers or anybody else in this country. The fact I even exist proves that's bullshit. I'm glad a truck driver who's a freaking podcaster can lecture me about the very shit, the very products you would put on the back of that truck and drive to a freaking store. You goddamn Jamaican Cookie Monster. How dare you?
My brother called him a Jamaican Cookie Monster. Oh, damn.
You, sir, fix your little Cookie Monster, Barney the purple dinosaur, beige rage motherfucker looking ass to ever criticize FBAs like me. Keep your mouth shut and watch your mouth, sir. Deontay Kyle claims that FBA.
Shout out to that brother right there. I do not give no damns. I say he's hilarious and I love it. He's Barney Beige looking at Shout out to our brother Zavon Scott. Thank you for your super chat. Yo donation. Beige rage. Yo donation is blessed tenfold. I appreciate your contribution as always, my good brother. Great work, church. Bars. Continued success. Keep up excellent content. Thank you very much, my good brother. I appreciate you as always, my good brother. Family, the beige rage is what got me. Matter of fact, we gotta play that
on outside. Motherfucker,
we gotta play just that.
You were put on a shit. I'm glad a truck driver who's a freaking podcaster can lecture me about the very shit, the very products you would put on the back of that truck and drive to a freaking store. You goddamn Jamaican cookie monster. How dare you, sir? Fix your little cookie monster, Barney the purple dinosaur, beige rage motherfucker looking ass to ever criticize FBAs like me. Keep your mouth shut and watch your mouth, sir. Deontay Kyle claims
that. Family, on that note, I just want to say, these folks are desperate, and it's making them look even more desperate by the day. The fact that they keep on sending out people that the black grassroots have shown the door to. That they keep on sending out people that the black grassroots have already shown the door. Kicked them out of the house and slammed the door behind them. They keep sending in the same salesman who couldn't sell me a vacuum cleaner on his best day. And that's just pathetic. This delineation movement has shown the world not just the power that we hold and wield, but the power of just saying no. The power of just saying, no, we're not involved. No, we're not voting for you. No, don't call on us. No, that's not our business. No, that's not our problem. The power in that alone is driving these folks up the wall. They're pulling out Paul Berg songs. They're pulling out Deontay Kyles. They're pulling out people to try and convince you to go against your own interests. And I must say to each and every one of you here today that I am most proud to be in this fight with all of you. How's that for unity? I'm most proud that we all knows what the on code looks like and why we should remain on code. I am most proud that we got these folks out here crashing out left and right because they know that this is the most powerful they've ever seen foundational Black Americans. And most of all, I'm proud to see all the FBAs stand on business. Notice, nobody has to tell us to come out and go after this person or go after that person. You all hear something that doesn't sit well in your spirit, in your soul, and you say, hell no, that ain't going to happen. We don't have to have meetings to say, yeah, we're going to go after this person next or this person next. No, we just have the common sense and the unity to say, that's off code. And everybody just fall the hell back because we all know that it's off code. No one has to tell us what's off code, what's on code. We're in a place right now that they're doing everything in their power to either make you the victim or to make you fall on your own sword for them. Don't let these people run around here talking about how they want unity and they want everybody, because everybody's coming together right now, don't you know? Everybody wants to practice being unified, don't you know? When the truth of the matter is way more cynical. What they're asking for, family, they're asking for everything to go back to the way it once was. They want to get back to business as usual, family. And guess what? We're not here to allow that. We're not here to be placed on the sword so everybody else can be comfortable. And if you think that I'm playing, if you think that I'm joking, I need you to understand that these people are out here saying it with their chest. So we're going to end off here. Shout out to our sister Rosemary in the building. Much love to you, my sister Queen. Thank you for being here. We're going to end off with this clip right here because I want you to know, I want everybody to understand that none of these people want to be united with us. They just want us to take on the brunt of all of the negative law enforcement. They want us to take on all the police brutality. They want us, the ones being unalived. Let's go here, family, in closing. Now, in case you can't read this, this is a clip from Threads where this Nabisco, Carrie, says, can we just go back to regular police brutality, please? Oh, you thought I was joking? No, no, no. Let's go here.
And this is the reason why we said we stay in our ass at home. We're chilling. This is not our fight. We don't have shit to do with this. This is why. Because it wasn't ever supposed to be anybody else but us. But see, we chose, we listened, and we set our ass down and said, no, we're not coming out. And this is why. Because right now, all they're doing is just waiting it out. They want it to go back to what they call normal. Because us being brutalized in the streets and murdered in the street was normal to them. And this is the reason why I will not be tricked into fake ass solidarity like some of you black folks on this app have been tricked into fake ass solidarity. It's not real. It's a facade. Because this is how they really feel. This is what they want. They want it to go back to not affecting them. They're just waiting it out. So we're going to wait it out. Because no matter how racist, how hateful y'all can still be, even though y'all see how much that is a detriment to your whole existence and you are still being this hateful and this racist, your reign is over. And this is the reason why I said.
That's it. And that's all, family. We're not stupid. We see what's going on. And we know what you're trying to do. And guess what? Just like everything else you guys have been trying since the start of 2025, that too will fail. Shout out to Trey Messiah when he says, I love when they open their mouths. Me too. You let them speak, damn it, so you can get the real out of them. So that you won't be misconceived about fake notions of unity. But with that being said, family, if you're not subscribed, go ahead, hit that subscribe button along with the notification bell so you can be notified whenever videos like this drop. Please make sure we're hitting that like and share button so we can beat up the algorithm. Make sure we get this message out to the ears that need to hear. And if you have not done so yet, please click the link in the description. Go to change.org and put your signature on the petition for reparations. And with that being said, family, I'd like to thank my mods, my members, my patrons, everybody who donated, whether by Cashapp, Super Chat, PayPal, or any of the sort. I'd like to thank you all for your contributions, family. And I want you all to have a beautiful rest of your Friday. It is FBA Friday. I will see you over there in Alpha Space. And each and every one of you have a beautiful one. With that being said, family, don't let these people play in your face, because unity is not unity. It is you protecting the rest of these folk. You putting your life and limb on the line for these folk. The very same people that want to see you unalived. But with that being said, family, the doors of the church are now closed. Peace, family.
My grandfather built this country, man. He fought wars for it. And most places he went wouldn't let him sit down and get a cup of coffee. I can't even catch a cab in New York. You know, it doesn't matter how many degrees I get. All you people see is color. Your grandfather was an immigrant. You're American. My grandfather was born here, Duke. And you people still look at me as just another nigga.
I know that the government, whatever, can't stand us black people. He's doing everything in the world to make black man be extinct. But I'm going to tell you one thing. Us black people going to survive. So fuck everybody. I'm out.